Okay. Last time. Things. Sorry, 128. Last time. I was like, this. I think I went over this. Or nope, nope, nope. That was last session's note. Last.
We know what you
Yeah.
mean.
All right. So, you guys were preparing to go to Ronnie's funeral, and there was a few things the party, were gonna do before you guys embarked. Well, you decided you were gonna go in the morning, so Melanie had to break the news to Shaddoc, and for the rest of Ronnie's passing, and for the next couple of days, she declared magic was stupid because can't bring her friend back from the dead because of natural causes. Who knew? Um, also, Melanie wanted to talk to Kaelthorn because she was wondering if Shaddoc's emotions could possibly cause something, since it caused something the last time she got kind of very emotional. Kaelthorn didn't think it was going to be much of a problem. Gypsy was
He was
informed.
wrong. No.
Gypsy was informed of the cleric's passing, and Gypsy wanted to come as well. Also, I believe Shaddoc was giving the sharktooth keychain that Ronnie had made before he had passed. The funeral was held off the coast of Port Cyan. Various people, crewmen, and Gypsy included, said things about Ronnie, and also the former Captain Tempest. Captain Maron said eulogy for the tortle. Individuals lined up to toss the ashes into the ocean. Later, Zaitari hung out with the crew since Ronnie had passed and could not tell her not to tell stories about their adventures. She told stories about their adventures. And everybody had a pretty good time. Shaddoc, Raine, and Melanie hung out on the beach. They looked for a companion rock for the lucky rock that Shaddoc had received from Ronnie. This was about at the time also that Melanie asked Shaddoc to be her daughter, which Shaddoc happily accepted. Uh, and then yeah, it was great. About
There
1
was
week.
also definitely some discussion about what Shaddoc was going to call Rain and Melanie because she couldn't call both of them just mom.
Right.
Mhm.
She couldn't. Later on, it was at some point she began calling Melanie mom and Rain ma. Sometimes mama if she really wanted something. It's good. It's good.
Oh,
Uh,
that's cute.
about 1 week after the funeral, Stefan and his tower of sentient cats arrived at the keep. At around the same time, one of the Trinity, Ricochet, accompanied by a young. If Instagram was in this world, what would it be called?
Uh,
Mm.
that's up to you.
You guys came up with
You're a
Hippolyph.
god of vanity.
There's
Oh, yeah, she's a baddie. She's an influencer. She's a trendsetter. She's everything that all middle-aged women want to be. She's 16 and wonderful.
with this young woman, Aoife, a teenage monk with attitude.
I see.
Came to the Rook and Rose to grab a drink. Since there was sentient cats and talking Drake and various party members, everybody, just had conversation, except for had a good conversation, except for Stefan, who you guys told, hey, there are other magic users in the keep. You could talk to them and not be around your cats for once. So he took you guys up for that. He had a wonderful time without the cats. The music.
I mean, he wasn't talking to Tilda because Tilda would have been talking to the cats.
Mm,
Finding
Good
her
times
friend
were had by
Henry.
all who loved cats.
yes, Henry and
I just remember Henry.
Yeah, Henry was
little
there. He's a
kitten.
little older now.
He's
And
still a kitten, right?
He's like a year old, so
yeah, he's like a
Oh, okay.
teenager now.
Right.
But
yeah,
his brother,
adolescent.
he has brothers and sisters.
Another teenage asshole.
Hmm.
The music award ceremony came and went. Unfortunately, Zaitari did not win Outstanding Artist of the Year. That went to the Ice Queen. Instead, she did win Best Supporting Artist, and she wasn't happy about that. And then one day, after
It's
all,
not good enough to be the best at something. I guess.
you know, Zaitari, she doesn't want to play second fiddle. And then one day, Chambers informed Melanie that there was someone at the gate who wished to speak with her. The man introduced himself as Noah Hawkins, hailing from Robur. And he announced, he pretty much announced that he was going to challenge Melanie for her relic in a year's time. And the reason he wasn't doing it now was he wanted to have a fair fight. You guys kind of got the notion that he fully believes that he could take on Melanie if he really wanted to. When questioned what he was going to do with said relic, he said, well, he was just going to waltz up, beat the three warlords of Robur, take their leadership position, and then conquer the Elven lands and unite the nation to fight against the oncoming darkness.
One does.
As one does. Raine tried to sneak up invisibly behind this dude, but she was immediately spot checked by one of the other members of this dude's party. She wasn't happy about that. He also claimed during his whole spiel that he was of the blood of Cord. So he came and left. I made a note that Aoife made faces at him while he from a window while he came by.
I thought she was crotch hopping.
Faces and crotch chopping, or a combination of all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, crotch.
What?
Making rude
Shawn Michaels.
gestures.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Yep. Very rude gestures about sucking one's genitalia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, as one does. So, you know, having her friend pass away so soon, and then having this asshole waltz up on her doorstep, Melanie was considering, you know, not adventuring, you know, passing the sword to somebody else, especially now that she has a daughter to think about, which, you know, it's all legit.
Reasonable.
Yeah, very reasonable. Aoife and Melanie had a talk. She allowed Melanie to yeet her out a window to make her feel better. Of course.
Super cathartic.
Yeah, of course, Aoife, being a monk of high level, just floated to the ground, because that's what a monk does when they get high enough level. Zaitari, after learning about her relic a little more, learned that Pops is in the relic. What
Yep.
you know. I don't think you guys
Oh.
have really spoken after that.
Nope, not yet. I wanted to decompress before I, did my important thing.
Mhm. Zaitari forced Tegan to take another short vacation, which Axe and Serena were like, take the man. They popped over to southern Robur, where Zaitari proposed to Tegan and accepted. And then afterwards, Melanie and Raine had like a heart-to-heart about death and responsibility and all that stuff, and dying is horrible, and yada 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 yada. It was great.
Great.
Very
cool.
uplifting.
Huh?
This is very uplifting, right?
It was very uplifting.
Super.
It was so uplifting.
Sounds romantic.
Very romantic. Yeah, and that's where we are. So
You know, we're half elves. We can't just get married willy nilly. We have to stick it out for 2 centuries, unlike the rest of you. Only got to deal with like 8 years.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing the human version of that right now. So.
I mean, listen. If Demeter can figure out those Ocean Song roses, Zaitari plans on sticking around for a long time.
Good. That way you can be an aunt to all of our children. Done,
Yep.
done, done. I don't know if there's gonna be more of those. Who knows?
but
But
I
we'll
know
keep trying.
But I know a few of you want. There's some things you guys wanted to do. Hold on. I need to take a look at something because I was just reminded of something.
Yeah, I know there's something that Melanie planned on doing. So
Wait, how do you know about that?
because you said you were gonna do it.
Oh,
Jesus.
right, yeah, that part.
You said you were gonna go talk to your mom.
Yeah. I did.
Yeah,
I
you did.
specifically messaged one of us about something that was going to happen so that they would have a heads up. And I
Oh.
didn't think it was you. And I was like, what's happening right now?
We're
No,
actually
no,
the
no.
same person. We just
No!
Yeah.
Confusing.
I'm the greatest ventriloquist ever.
Oh, okay.
No,
It's
I
easier
am.
online.
No,
Oh.
I am.
Too confusing. So how long are we just gonna hand wave the acquisition of that necklace, or do I need to?
We can hand wave it. I mean, it was
Okay.
something that you guys
We
that
had
you
talked about
yeah,
it.
we had talked about
Yeah.
it. So I already had like the cost and like whatever is up with it.
Okay.
Before we move on to the important character stuff,
Mhm.
I do want to do just a slight bit of inventory management since we got everything from Ronny. Tilda has plane shift, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then you get the 2 tuning forks that we have, which are to the material plane and the Feywild. So you
Okay.
can put those in your inventory. I'm going to, like, when I eventually get my magical secrets next, I'm definitely going to take Revivify, since we need to do that
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
But I'm going to take the diamonds, because I can prepare Raise Dead, so that's going to be taken care of by me. And I know... I think I can do some restoration stuff. I need to check my spell list really quick. But I pasted everything that was in the inventory. I can do it again. Of note that I can't do, but I could take as a magical secret spell, is, oh, what's it called? Hero's Feast? So, let's see, let's look at Bard really quick here. I can do Greater Restoration, so I can hold on to those as well. Let's see, and the magical items that Ronny had were the Ring of Reaction, Robe of Eyes, Ring of Evasion, and the Cape of the Mountebank. I do think that the cape would be good on Aoife. She's already agreed that she wants to tag along a whole lot, and she's really the only one, besides, like, you know, her insane running speed, that can't really yeet herself around a whole lot of places, and Raine already wears a cape.
Get the cloak of displacement with my cold dead hands.
Yep.
Okay. Sure. Whatever.
There was also Wand of Magic Missiles.
Darren's
And
abandoned us.
fair.
let's see. Scrying focus.
She's like, I was planning adventure, damn it, not inventory.
I think the main thing was like the ring of free action and evasion, which is great for
Yeah.
everybody, but I think most people are full up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't attune to anything else, nor do I want to unattune to anything to take the ring of reaction like I would like to.
My starting equipment that I got picked for magical items, I also have all attunement slots filled currently.
Yeah.
What's
some
the
of them
ring
are
of
like-
reaction?
Not negotiable.
You cannot be
Paralyzed or restrained.
paralyzed. Yeah.
And no suffering from difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that.
I think it would be useful, like, in my personal opinion, I think it would be useful the most on either Melanie or Raine.
Yeah, I would honestly be willing to part with my cloak of displacement for that.
It's a really handy ring to have. That's why Ronny had it, because I was like, it'd be real shitty if the cleric kept getting paralyzed or stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting locked down would be really bad.
Yeah.
Unless you're turned to stone, and then you're just fucked.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's like, I'm not gonna. There's no point for Aoife to take that one, even for it to be considered for Aoife, since she already has heightened movement. Difficult terrain's not really gonna slow her down a whole lot.
Yeah.
If she has speed, she's at normal walking speed for most of the people right now. So.
I will temporarily unattune from my cloak of displacement and grab that ring of reaction, and then I'm not gonna toss my cloak of displacement just in case I decide that that's a terrible choice, but I'll kind of like see how things go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
fold it, put it away in your bag.
Yeah.
You know, carry it with
does-
you.
On your cape cart. No.
Yeah.
Does
Keep rack.
anybody want the Wand of Magic Missiles?
I was gonna make an
Uh,
argument for Raine, just because
it's-
it doesn't have a whole lot of ranged
Magic?
option and magic or ranged options. She pretty
Yeah,
much
that's
stabs.
true. Yeah, I
That's
think
true.
that's fine for Raine taking it. Because, I mean, Zaitari had it, but she rarely used it ever since, I upgraded to having that dip in Warlock and getting Eldritch Blast. So,
I mean, Raine's probably not gonna use it that much, but
it's still there.
I'm gonna be the one to be able to use it in. Like,
Yeah. And the only other thing that I think Tilda can do is True Seeing. Is that right?
I can true see. Yes.
Okay. I mean the True Seeing spell?
Yes.
Okay. Because Ronny had forecastings of that, so you can just
Nice.
you can take those.
Gimme.
Most
Yes.
of his inventory was components.
There was
fair.
also, and I don't know if you can cast these, divination and a scrying focus.
Divination. Do you mean like for the spell?
Yeah, the spell.
Divination?
Spell divination, because it's like 25 gold for like an effigy or something.
Yeah. He had 2 of those.
Okay, I think scrying is on the wizard list, and probably divination is too, just because of divination wizard. I feel like that would be a real oversight from.
Probably, yeah, it's probably there.
Let me look.
Sure. But I'm just marking those for you.
The scrying focus, hold on to, anyways. Because
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're expensive.
they are. The Hero's Feast, I'll just keep it. Greater restorations I can do, and along with the, the diamonds. There's one last thing. Oh, and I can do Find the Path. If when we need it, we have the component. We have something for it. So.
Okay, I can scry. I cannot do divination, the spell. So,
Okay.
but it is scrying is a divination spell.
Nation is a cleric only
Ah, okay.
situation.
Well, nuts.
But they're like nondescript 25 gold piece spell components. So if you have another spell that doesn't have like a specific kind of spell component,
Mm.
probably repurpose them that way. And he also had somewhere in his belongings a sunburst amulet for Dawn, if anybody has or wants to be able to take Dawn.
Yeah, I did see that. I just didn't know what it
Take
did.
what, Dawn?
It's a sunburst amulet that can do the effects of dawn.
Well, it's the required component for Dawn.
Oh, it's the part of the component for dawn. Okay.
Yeah, you need the sunburst amulet to cast Dawn. So if anybody is able to cast Dawn and wants the component for it,
I can.
Yeah, clerics and wizards
it's a good
can do
spell.
it. Okay, yeah, you can take that.
Down on location you specify within range. Okay. If we go up against any vampires, like, this is gonna be...
Great spell for vampires.
What?
Such a good spell for vampires.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I in a Sunday game I nuked 6 vampire spawn at once with it, and completely negated an entire encounter. And my DM was not quite sure what to do, because he was like, "Oh, the whole session's gonna be this vampire spawn encounter."
Yeah.
Little did he know.
Well, I guess today is gonna be an RP session. You all talk amongst yourselves. Anyway. So how many castings of True Seeing was it?
4.
3 or 4.
Okay.
4.
Honestly, I just assume when I cast True Seeing, I just take the material components out of my what's it called?
Money?
My money. I just say yeah.
Since Ronny had to purchase everything with group funds, I had to
Okay,
count
fair enough.
everything out specifically. That was when I asked
Yeah.
like 7,000 gold.
That group funds, like, the person in charge of the group funds is a real bitch.
But that pretty much deals with everything. So yeah, that's basically it. I'll post where everything's been divvied up right here in the Roll20, so everybody can see it. So the Robe of Eyes and the Ring of Evasion, currently unclaimed. The Greater Restorations are going to Zaitari. I forgot to mark those off. So the Goblets for Heroes Feast, we'll just hold on to those, and I might take that as well for a Magical Secrets spell when eventually we get to that. But yeah, okay. I think we're all good. So sorry to interrupt, Jared. I just wanted to make sure that we dealt with Ronny's inventory.
Oh no, I want to go glutenize my pretzels.
Ooh.
Yes. Pretty much, I just turned the dough over a few times and let it rest.
I do think we should hang on to the what was it, the Ring of Evasion and the Robe of Eyes, just in case.
The Robe of Eyes is extremely handy, and honestly,
it is.
I'm just going to state it that everything that nobody's really claimed right now is just with Zaitari. It's in her pick of holding, to give out to whoever wants it.
Well, and if there's anything we didn't want to carry with us, we've got a vault that's literally for that stuff. So
yeah, and that's where the extra handy haversack is.
Okay. So I know Melanie wanted to speak with the family. Anybody else? The family. Anybody else want to do anything else, or you can think of it while she talks to family.
Well, there's stuff that Tilda wanted to do. Like after the dinner. Long ago.
We can retcon that. It's cool.
Yeah, she wanted to make sure that there was a small family gathering between Rosamond, Tilda herself, and their father, and break the news to him gently.
Okay.
That,
Before we get
we don't-
into no
I was
before
gonna
we
say,
got
don't
into
have to,
no before we get into this, I have a question. Did you ever
yes?
talk? Does Tilda ever talk to her sister?
About it, or
No, about the dinner fiasco.
I imagine if it came up when she was saying something about, I imagine it would have come up when she was arranging the meeting.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Cool.
why? I'm scared.
I'm just asking.
So it would probably be something like, we need to set up, Rosamond, darling, we need to set up some sort of meeting between all of us and Papa,
Mm-hmm.
which, to tell him of, your wonderful news and, the fact that you are involved with someone who put you in this position of having wonderful news. I'd prefer it to be private, and so that we don't have other so that we don't have other prying eyes
Mm-hmm.
who are could potentially complicate things.
Yeah.
Because as you know, that the dinner could have been a fiasco.
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. There's nothing to apologize for, she said through gritted teeth.
Yeah, Rosamund is just like kind of nodding at this point, like I am
Yeah.
not. No, I'm not. I'm not fighting this. Alright.
Yeah, so like I said, we don't have to roleplay everything. It's just something that Tilda wanted to make sure happened.
Okay.
Tilda has also not told family yet that she is pregnant, so I think sometime between the 2 month and 5 months for her, that period, that last 3 month period where I fell asleep
Mm-hmm.
last week, that at some point in there she would inform her sister and her parents, and obviously Lord Edgar.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds good. I gotta write all this. And well, of course, Lord Edgar is thrilled. He's gonna have going to have a little granddaughter, grandson, maybe
Grand dinosaur.
Grand alien.
grand something. He
Grand
is absolutely ecstatic.
Yay.
Yeah. Theo is also ecstatic.
Oh, I would have told Theo much sooner.
Oh my god, you're pregnant? Yes, it's been 5 months. What?
He would have been informed like as soon as she knew.
Okay. I figured.
And it would have been kind of kept a secret.
Yeah, of course.
From everyone else for a couple of months. Just
Yeah. Yeah, but like he is a lot more clingy is the wrong word.
Is it?
Well, no, clingy. Okay, not so much clingy, but like slightly, slightly overprotective. Slightly, just a hint of overprotectiveness.
Yeah.
And like just also a hint of, do you know how like if you're mad and somebody asks you, "Are you okay?" like 5 times in the span of half an hour, that kind of thing.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Like, like what do you need anything? Do you need like a foot massage? Like it's over pampering.
At first, it was great. Yeah.
But now it's like I've had my like third bowl.
He's hovering.
Yeah, he's hovering. he's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine for Tilda it does get annoying after a little while.
It's not great.
No.
I'm gonna have to think about how she deals with this.
But
just polymorph him into like random creature and leave you alone.
I don't know polymorph.
Oh, right.
No, that'd be me.
That's always Zaitari that's been casting it.
Yep.
I just think magic, and I think of both of you. My apologies.
Wow, we lumped us all in one group there.
I know, right?
Yep. Super magicist over here.
All magic you do the same.
They are.
They know the same schools. It's all one school, obviously.
Well, yeah, there's only one school of magic, and it's that thing. And there's a lot of hand waving and words that Melanie does not understand, and so it's all basically the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Oh my god. All right.
Also, at one point, Melanie will be like, "So, can you tell what your baby is going to be with divination magic? Can you And I put my fingers to my temples and stare strongly at your stomach, zzz. Can you just can you see? Or do you have to wait?
I mean, it's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know what spell would be applicable.
I don't know either. Like,
I mean, she could probably go to a cleric and get a divination spell done if you wanted to spend the money on it.
yeah, there's probably prenatal clerical spells. Yep.
I asked Darrett when she told me that Tilda got pregnant that I was like, are there prenatal clerics or prenatal magics that?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely clerics and doctors that will instruct you. You need to eat more folic acid during this period of time and stay away from cured meats. And
so, is it more science or magic?
So, for the... I'm going to say it's both. So, science for the development of the baby, magic for prevention of diseases or afflictions that the baby may suffer.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's A and B. So it's help the development of the baby, make sure the baby is fine throughout the process. If something were to happen.
How much of either of them is actually legitimate, and how much of it is just crazy bonkers weird stuff? Just pointless things.
I mean, do we want to get into the superstitious nature of pregnancy?
No.
I mean, there's a lot of superstitions probably in this world that revolve around pregnancy. I mean, fucking Thailand has stories based on I was doing research on Thai folklore, and half the goddamn stories are about pregnant women and them turning into mountains and angry ghosts and shit.
Oh wow.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
trying to...
something? Tilda all of a sudden turns into a mountain.
It's always just a lot of people trying to explain things that they don't understand.
Yeah. Literally.
I feel like
yeah.
Theo would be like, I still love you, but I don't know where we're supposed to live now.
Yeah.
Like, do we live on top of you? Is that wrong?
But yeah, he's hovering a bit. I mean, and the older generation does have a couple superstitions themselves, such as let's see.
Roll for old wives' tales.
Such as, hey, we should, don't forget to put sage on your stomach each night. I'll go pick some for you to ensure a painless birth. I don't know. Something like that. It's
How much hovering is Edgar doing?
Edgar's not. He's not as bad
he's
as
had a kid, so he knows.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not.
But his wife also died in childbirth.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's not as bad as Theo. Theo's doing like the majority of it, but he does that thing, or like if you're at dinner, like he says maybe have some more of X vegetable, that kind of thing. He doesn't like. He's not as bad as Theo, but in that sense, like he's the father-in-law, so maybe he shouldn't be, he understands, but he still does the, maybe you should have some of this, or maybe you should lie down. You've been on your feet for 2 hours. That kind of thing.
Oh, 2 full hours.
2 full
Totally
hours.
doing it.
Yeah. Or maybe I got you these really comfy shoes. They have fur lining in them for your feet.
Are they fashionable though? No.
No, they're not. They're very
Tilda's
functional.
not gonna wear them.
Yeah, it's like that for a while, and even the it even gets to the point where the steward of the house is just like, okay, you guys should go do something else. I'm sure Lady Matilda is busy with doing things, and like would just push him away to another side of the house, recognizing you need space. Because, being a steward, he has that good insight.
Yeah. Yep. Gonna tip him a little extra.
But you do gather the family, invite them probably for, I imagine, afternoon tea. Would probably be
sure.
A decent time to tell everyone. There are no cured meat sandwiches,
Sure.
but there are many cucumber sandwiches, and pickled beet onions as a side, and little honey cakes, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. Again, we don't have to roleplay this because I know Melanie or Lynn is waiting to get to her thing.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm chilling.
But like if you don't want to, I could just.
I just don't want to hold up the session.
You're not holding up the session.
Oh, we would have just done this last time. And
Yeah.
we don't care that you fell asleep. Honestly, we just kind of just hand waved whatever. We're like, yeah, we'll figure out
Yeah,
what she was doing.
we were pretty much like Tilda's probably hanging out with Henry and the family.
Yeah.
And the new kid and his new little brothers and sisters.
Kittens.
They were spectacular with their little saucers of milk.
Oh
No, don't give milk to kittens.
They're magic
you know, there was
kitties.
also one thing that I forgot that we did is myself, Raine, and Aoife
Okay.
went to row Burr, and I turned Raine into a giant crab so that she could dig out an artifact.
Right.
that-
All right. I forgot about that. I was just like, I'm forgetting
I
something.
forgot about it too.
I did
Because
too, and then you started describing it, and I felt like I was like tripping. I was like, "What are you talking about?
I turned
And
her
then
into a giant rainbow crab.
I remember it now.
I see.
Yeah.
And,
So you guys got
dug
the
out the artifact that
The bird.
burglar's
Burglar.
lens. Yeah.
yeah.
That does explain
Kismet.
some of the image that
Yeah.
was that Lynn
Yeah,
posted
being shared, yep.
in the
I
Discord.
imagine that seeing some of the stuff I share without reference is very
Oh,
confusing.
It is. It's insanely confusing.
Yeah.
It is certainly a trip.
Eh.
It's
Yeah.
a time.
I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
The trip through
Okay.
time.
We're doing tea when we come back.
Okay.
Just tripping through time.
So now I have to remember to learn the spells scrying and dawn.
I mean, scrying was probably on your list anyway, since you're a divination wizard.
Yes and no. I mean, I
Oh,
wasn't because we had clerics
Yeah, like all the time.
True.
for
yeah.
a while, and druids and stuff like that. So it was kind of like, do I really need this?
Well, I mean, if you want to, you can always take some of the group funds and find somewhere that's selling a scroll. And,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
it-
copy
it- I
down and
mean,
stuff.
It is a divination spell. I should have it. And it's a handy one at that.
Mm-hmm.
We did try to get something off that guy who was being threatening, but we don't think we managed it, did we?
No,
Which guy?
no, we did not.
Sarah
The-
talked me out of it. She was like, "Are you sure?" You know when the DM asked that. Are you
Yeah. When
Yeah, the
Yeah,
guy
for an
who,
intel check or something.
the guy who
Oh.
came to,
Noah Hawkins.
you know, threaten Melanie, say, yo, I'm
Right.
gonna take this shit, but you need to be prepared, bitch. He
if he
rolled
had
up
just
giving
asked
you a
really
year.
nicely, I probably would have given him the freaking sword, because Melanie was like, I'm gonna give up retiring and be a mother. And then he's
Yeah.
like, nah, no, I'm not.
Yeah,
You're
the
gonna
real
give up
problem
retiring?
was that he rolled in with a bunch of people that were, well, not a bunch. It was also like him and a party of 5 that were equal level to us.
Yeah.
I see.
So they have also done the crazy shit that we have done.
And might have other relics. We know about the Shield of Bane.
Yeah.
We
And
don't
one of
know if
them
they have anything
also-
else.
Well, Zaitari knows that they have. One of them has another relic, but she doesn't
Right, but we don't
what
know-
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the relics, like this one was more or less, this one was either created by a younger god or yeah, it was created by a younger god or was created by a deity, and he just sensed it was there, but he could not clock who it belonged, who it's associated with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we know the relics, obviously, for the Raven Queen, Pelor, Avandra, Cord, and I believe the one for Arathis is in a city, like in their main temple or whatever.
Yeah, in Dighton.
Yeah, and we also know that the Corellan one is, I believe, with the elves. So
That would make sense.
yeah.
And we think we know Selune's, right? That's who it is.
Selune
Oh, yeah, that's
Sahinine,
right,
yeah.
Selene, yeah.
Yeah, in the islands there.
Yeah.
That we just decided to put aside for a year.
We needed a break, and also, we don't know what's happening down there. Like, basically, Alexandria has sent scouting parties, but none of them have come back. So,
Well, they've come
fuck.
back, but they're
Oh,
not
okay,
reporting
okay.
any activity. Like
Gotcha.
no activity is happening around that area, which is weird because you'd think you'd get some fishing boats at least.
yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So before any sort of family stuff, Melanie does have one thing that is going to require the rest of the group to be present. And so I don't know when we want to do that, but just mentioning it.
Okay.
Okay.
Where would you want your tea party, this tea gathering to commence?
Probably at at Theo's the Loyalar estate.
Okay. So at the Loyalar estate, they installed you guys have installed a very pretty gazebo.
Mm-hmm.
There is, and it's not your.
Cilantro's got to get used to being there. So
Yeah. It's not a your standard white gazebo that you find in a park. No, this thing is pretty massive. This is like a veranda or something at this point. Like, it's got the magical. It is a slightly beige off-white color, with vines that have been magically grown around the pillars, to simulate a willow tree of sorts. It's like as if you were like sitting beneath a willow tree.
A willow tree, yeah.
Yeah. And the branches aren't just gonna break and like fall on your tea or something like that. No, this is temperature controlled. So when you step inside, it is kind of almost simulating a tiny hut type of deal. So it's perfectly climate controlled. And everybody is gathered. Your family, including your mother, your father, your sister. And Pierre is there. So your sister from the fiasco now has told your family about the relationship they have, but hasn't told them about the other thing.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Rosamund.
She's yeah. She assures you, and I kind of like wave my hands when I say that. She assures you at some point in the future she will let them know.
Yep, when she's walking down the aisle, that's when she'll.
Yeah, I know, right?
When
she's pregnant with her first child herself. Guess what?
I mean, she figures, Pierre and her are like two melons. They can't elope.
Oh, dear Lord.
Sorry, I couldn't help.
This whole thing is leading up towards that one fucking joke.
Yup.
I'm sorry.
The dad has entered the chat.
I heard that the other day and I didn't get it on my head. Anyways, she will in the future. Your father-in-law's there. Him and Griswold did go on that hunt. They bagged themselves a very nice boar, which they are already planning their second hunting expedition. Probably going to try to go after bear next.
Excuse me?
Bear, like the animals.
No, I know.
They assure you they'll be with Francois and Theo. They'll be fine.
Yeah, because I want... Never mind. Moving on.
Yeah, and Griswold's already saying, "Oh, it's gonna look great in the Great Hall." So they're spatting about like who gets to take the next trophy home. So yeah, everybody's having a good time. Your mother's making chit chat with you and Rosamund. She's been to Valido very recently. There is a new fashion craze.
Ooh.
Putting live birds in one's hair. She has no idea why that's taken off.
Ooh.
Well, feathers are the big thing, but then it's escalated to birds.
Of course, it always escalates.
Yeah, it's been turning up to like, oh, she had she had a beautiful array of blue jay feathers in her hair, and then somebody was, Lady Annabelle was trying to one up Lady Guinevere with doing peacocks, and then Lady Cynthia finally upped her game and tried to put blue songbirds in her hair. That it wasn't a good time, and they haven't heard from Lady Cynthia in a while.
Oh dear.
Yeah, she's probably waiting it out inside her one of her summer houses for next season. It was that embarrassing.
Well, Tilda will probably follow the feathers trend, but not so much the actual birds in her hair trend.
Ah, okay. Yes.
So you could also just use some illusion magic and make it look like you've got a whole zoo up there.
I could if I had any sort of illusion magic.
There's a hat of disguise.
Tilda doesn't have the hat.
Well, no, but the hat gets passed around. Who
It's
has
in
the
the
hat
vault.
right now? It's in the vault. Oh,
Yeah.
See?
Because nobody has it right now, so.
Do you have to attune to the hat of disguise?
Yes, because you can do it at will.
Okay, well then, nope, never mind. Don't want it.
At least I believe you do. I remember that's why I stopped using it. I will confirm.
So, Tilda probably has some,
Nope.
like...
Yes, okay.
Probably has a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like blue jay or peacock feathers, in her hair.
Okay.
Because that is part of her personality, is she will go to any length to be fashionable.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, your mom is sporting some. She took the more black and white route, and she's got some. She got imported from a guy some ostrich feathers. That are surrounded with a her hat has she took it off for now because that thing is heavy as AF, and has some beautiful accented black and white flowers with some marcasite stones and whatnot. So yeah, it's heavy. Like when she showed it to you and let you hold it, that thing is like a good 6 pounds on your head. You're not sure how she keeps her neck up. And that it does not include like the hair, because she's got some stuff in there too.
Right.
Yeah. Rosamund just went with cardinal feathers. Pretty simple. Couple red crystals adorned as well. Yeah, like that's what your mother is probably sporting.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just like idle chit chat. She predicts probably next season's fashion will probably revolve around. Probably we'll try to, since fashion cycles are every 10 years, I think.
Sure.
Yeah. Possibly plants. Like she could see some either flowers or like fall foliage type of deal come back into fashion. But yeah, you guys are making chit chat.
As we chit chat, it's a lovely afternoon. I will let people enjoy themselves. We let people enjoy themselves for a little while, chit chat, blah blah blah. When there's some sort of lull in the conversation, that's when Tilda senses there's about to be a lull or something like that. So she will kind of tap her knife very gently against her glass
Mm-hmm.
to get people's attention.
Okay. You do so. Ting ting.
A little more gently than that, but yes.
There's always so gently I can go on a cow back.
No, I know. I totally.
Why do you? Never mind. It's fine. It doesn't
Other
matter.
game. Other game.
Anyway, I will stand and kind of give Theo a look.
Oh yeah, he's immediately like, yep.
There is something that Theodric and I would like to share with you all. Firstly, we are very appreciative of all of you, your attendance today. It feels good to have my family all together in this estate that used to be somewhere spoken of, somewhere that was spoken ill of for most of my life. We both appreciate you all putting aside any sort of prejudices you may have had in the past for our happiness. And I take his hand.
Mm-hmm.
It means more than any of you will know. And that is why it delights us to tell you that we're having a baby.
Like, your mom is just like her hands to her mouth, just like looking at you like, oh my
Yay!
God. And she would be making that like squealing noise, but she's restraining herself. But you're like, she's like, and your dad is a little more reserved. You know, it's like nodding, but like you already see there's like a little tear in the corner of his eye that he's kind of trying to hide. It's like, nope, I'm fine. Like, yeah, I'm happy, but oh, where did that come from? And Edgar is just like, like everybody's very happy.
Yay!
Yeah, your mom and Rosamund hug you.
Mm-hmm.
Your mother goes immediately into nursery decor. Yeah, already. Okay, we're gonna go neutral. This is what we have to get.
Hold on a moment, Mother. Just one more thing. By the way, Rosamund and Pierre are engaged.
You just hear like
I look at her and I'm like, I look at Rosamund and I am like, you wouldn't do it, so I did.
Pierre is probably like is stunned. You hear a cup breaking. It's Rosamund's.
Oh.
Like it just drops to the floor and the china just shatters. And like immediately your mother is like aghast. She's like
So
full name, like what did you do? And your father is like, he's still trying to get over hiding the tears, and then he's looking at Pierre, with the, you know, the I'm gonna get my shotgun look,
oh God.
or more like I'm gonna get my sword look, and you see Lord Edgar's like, no, we're okay. We were just so happy a minute ago. Oh my God. And Theo's just like, oh shit. Like he doesn't say it out loud.
Like I'm projecting over all the chaos that I have just released, and I say, so this is a day of celebration.
Roll persuasion check.
Give me a second. Persuasion.
Yeah, okay, your father calms down a bit. Like, you
yeah,
still...
I'm giving him the
Yeah,
chill out kind of look.
you see,
A day
like...
of celebration for 2 good things happening to the Galantura girls.
Lord Edgar's arm is still in front of, like, you're not touching your dad, but still, like, in front of your dad, between your
Yeah.
dad and Pierre. He's like, oh, jeez. Like, you see, like, flashes of his face. It's like, I wonder if I'm healthy enough to, like, hold this man down. And your mother is just like, has that Rosamund will talk about this when we get home look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's like...
By the way, full name in the chat.
yeah.
Rosamund, Eleonora, Seraphine, Cordelia, Galantura.
Yeah, she, like, spat that out real quick, and Rosamund went white as a sheet.
Yeah.
Okay. Things do settle down. And everybody, it's a little bit tense. Like, it doesn't settle down right away. Like, your
So shall we talk about nursery decor, Mother?
Yeah, your mother flips back. But you do see that every so often she does look at Rosamund, and Rosamund is a little bit quieter than she was initially.
Shall we discuss names, Father?
And your father, like,
Yeah.
jumps in, and yeah, it's great.
Just trying to distract them from the, oh dear God, like from the anger. Like that was, yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right, wonderful. So Melanie wants to gather the party for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You have gathered your party.
Melanie is going to say, so, I was supposed to talk to my sword and get some information, and I thought, it's going to be so difficult to just, be like, hey, sword, what about this? And then you guys will be like, oh, but did you ask about this? And then I'll say, no, I didn't ask about this, and talk to the sword again. And so I was thinking, do you guys think there's any magical way that we could, like, pile all the relics together that we have in a big pile, and then just all poke them at once, and just have a big conversation, like a, magical potluck kind of deal?
Familiar somehow.
Hmm.
I just got it. Zaitari will kind of think for a second. Oh, yes, that's right. I did tell most of you about the soul within my necklace. But Tilda, you were not here for that. I'm sure you've talked to, what is it, the Shards of Dawn?
Tilda kind of shifts uncomfortably and says, yes.
All right. Well, since all of us can talk to relics when we have one, mine possesses the soul of my dead father.
Oh, goodness.
I told you this. Melanie, you were there.
I was definitely there, and definitely... I thought I wasn't there.
You were.
Okay.
Yeah, because I told everybody, this was while we were all outside, I wanted to talk to my relic so that it could tell me what that shield was. And I made it talk to me about who it was. And I said, right away, my relic's my father. Haha.
Yeah, okay.
So it's been I'm assuming it's been a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Since
Oh
that
yeah,
happened.
like,
Okay.
hasn't said a word to you.
Yeah. I haven't talked to it. It hasn't talked to me. Now might be the perfect time to try and breach that barrier. So, I certainly don't mind, gathering in a little happy hand circle and trying to meditate on our relics.
Yes, that way we can, because there's some questions that have arisen. That rather grumpy fellow that wants my relic said something about asking the relics where the old gods came from. And I very much would like a straight answer, and I feel like having multiple relics, talking to multiple people, we would actually be able to ask the right questions, maybe. So,
By the way,
hmm.
Raine, have you had a chance to look into anything about Avandra? Thought any more about challenging One Eye? Is that correct, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yes! Got it!
Well, Eagle Eye.
Yeah, Eagle Eye, okay.
Raine's thought about it.
So, I was.
KK forgot.
So I did message you about what specifically you wanted to know, but the only thing you know, other than her relic is a belt, is associated with Avandra. You've had. I'm gonna give this to you because you've had haste casted on you enough times. She did have the ability to cast haste. But you didn't. Yeah, but you didn't see her like do the usual. I think it's the somatic and verbal for haste.
I think so.
Yeah, you did not see the hand movements nor hear or see her speak the words for the haste spell. So you could probably assume it's either coming from an item or something else, or someone cast it on her. But that's one of the specific things you remember.
Just Raine's own. If we, assuming that this would even be the challenge, like if we did a 1v1, does Raine think she'd have a chance as it is? Just
It might not be a physical fight.
yeah, that's what I think. I mean, something like that. It might be the challenge. Might be to steal it, or who knows?
Yeah.
You're
the
not.
next part of
Yeah, you're not
Zaitari's
sure.
question was going to be, because if you've thought about it at all, I could get into contact with her. Maybe we could set up a play date. Considering I could just teleport us around and stuff. So
That's what I was thinking. Bondra's all about luck and things like that. She might appreciate, me just going in there and taking it. Stealing it when she takes a shower.
That is actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, we got a year on that, so to speak. I mean, not that it wouldn't be great to have it at any time, but...
Yes, it's just something to think about. But anyways, I just wanted to cover that, just in case you wanted me to get into contact with her about it at all. Because, as I said, we can figure out some kind of challenge to work out. How many left?
Okay.
But
yeah, you don't really know anything about it. I mean, you can ask when you have your relic pal if they know anything about it.
True. But Zaitari will take the necklace off of her neck and just kind of hold it in her hands. So I suppose let's do this.
Okay.
1 moment. Tilda will send a message to Theo.
Mm-hmm.
Dearest darling, could you bring the Shards of Dawn relic?
Yeah. He'll grab it and bring it.
Yeah.
Also brings you a lemonade, in case you were thirsty.
Oh. All the way from Loyalar.
Well, he stopped by the kitchen first.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. Yeah.
The Loyalar kitchen.
Sorry, the ice melted. It's a little diluted now.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. So, one thing, Tilda hasn't really. She certainly has not. What's the word I'm looking for? Attuned to this. To the Shards of Dawn yet. If it tries to speak with her, she will speak with it, but it's definitely been kind of something she has deliberately not been focusing on throughout. That's not something that the party would know necessarily. It's not something that she would have talked about really, unless like somebody brought it up. But I'm saying this so that Darrett knows.
Yeah, and it hasn't communicated with you after that.
Okay. So, yeah, Tilda will she holds it out in one hand, trying to, I don't know. So, you just want us to pile them on top of each other and poke?
That's the best idea I had. I'm not as magically inclined. If there's something else that we should do, like draw some sort of circle or something, I suppose we could do that. I was just going to make them into a pile and poke them, though.
Well, it is something that we could... If we just want to try it, I would recommend that we all sit in a circle, hold hands, and meditate over our relics, and see if that
make
works.
It feel very official.
But if we wanted to look into it some more, we do have a library. We have contacts. If this doesn't work out. But, we're all here. We might as well try it.
Is Aoife here with us, by the way?
I don't see why not.
Aoife's just chilling. She said she'd be with you guys for whatever adventures you're on, and so far the adventures have been fairly domestic. So just assume that she's always like in the background.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, in the corner, just watching, a little bit confused, a little bit like, what the fuck? They're gonna sit around and talk to their accessories now? Okay.
Yeah,
You make a note to run some tests on the water to see if it's drugged, lead poisoning, like what's going on here.
I mean, you've had some small adventures, probably hanging out with Shaddoc, listening to her latest recorder session.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you've probably I put into air quotes sparred with her, but you're not really trying or whatever.
No, but I would be trying to teach her how to throw a good punch.
Okay. One sec.
I mean, I'm sure I've heard about relics being of an upper echelon in the monastery, but...
Roll me a religion check. I want to see if you fell asleep in class that day.
Religion?
Yes.
Oh, I'm proficient in that.
Nice!
I didn't realize.
You know that the other schools, Sunso and Way of the Shadow, the schools in Robur, they have something about them, but you're not sure what the connection is. You just know they're just these really, really fucking powerful items of divine
really
nature.
It's not really a thing in our particular school, in our particular style.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
We are the relics, we are the weapons.
Yeah, you are your relics. You've got your own drunken eight immortals to to learn after. I mean, you got those guys, and those guys are awesome.
They're awesome, but they're not a deity to anyone else. Just us. So I know vaguely what relics are, but the details of it, I'm like, I don't fucking know what you guys are doing. But okay, I support you.
You guys got this. Yeah, but the first punch that the first real punch that Shaddoc does land on you, you were not expecting how strong she was. She is pretty strong for a child.
Excellent.
Borderline strong. If she were an adult.
I'm absolutely going to try and hone her into a little mini monk.
So monk, rogue, fighter,
bard,
wizard,
cleric.
She's
sorcerer.
everything.
She's a sorcerer.
Everything
Or
at once.
wizard, I guess.
So she's a bard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Jack of all trades, baby.
But yeah, she's pretty good. Pastries, the child tabaxi you've met, she's cool too. She's really into knives though. She's super into knives and plants.
Yeah, knives. I can teach her a thing or two with knives.
Yeah.
Please get permission from her mother first.
And the only other person around your age was probably 4 years younger is Persephone, Demeter's daughter. She's into plants.
That I can't help with.
Yeah. I mean, she can recite all the ways like nightshade can be diluted and can kill you. But
like when I was going to school, I absolutely zoned out during those lessons. So I'm like, why do you need poison if you can just like paralyze him with a punch? It's way faster.
Yeah, just hit him right in the jaw where that nerve is. You'll knock him out just like that, or just poke it. Yeah,
exactly.
Pressure points.
Apparently Sabine's gonna die if I don't feed her right this moment, so I'm gonna go feed the dog really quickly.
I have to.
Yeah,
I have
to do that.
I gotta go glutenize the bread. I'll be right back real quick.
Okay.
Cats see a fly, so if you hear any crashing, it's because they're giving chase.
The hunt is afoot! Or a fly!
You'll... Usually when we have a fly, we have recessed lights in the hallway, so they're totally flat, which is nice. But that's where the flies like to gather. So when we have flies that are stuck in the hallway, we pick Orpheus up and just kind of like hold him up in the air.
Yeah, you've mentioned that.
It's a great workout. Because he lets his entire lower half go completely limp. So he's just like swinging, but his upper body is like so tightly wound and ready to strike it at a moment's notice. He's a horrible creature sometimes.
Okay, return.
Welcome back.
Yep. The dough is nice and elasticy and will be great for pretzels tomorrow.
Ooh, exciting.
Yep. My mother-in-law, my stepdad-in-law really likes the sourdough, but my mother-in-law has requested other things to be made into sourdough. So I have 2 stacks of sourdough waffles and bagged pretzels and croutons for delivery this weekend.
Sourdough?
Yep.
Waffles are the best thing ever.
Yeah, they're so
say.
They're so easy to make. You just let them sit.
Yeah.
It's great.
Just let them ferment in the fridge, and then you make waffles in the morning and you're done.
Okay, I assume Lynn is still feeding Sabine. Poor starving pupper.
Basically, though, Aoife will she'll, unless there's something that the group's doing as like a group, unless she's explicitly invited to something, she's mostly going to be spending time with the kids.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they absolutely adore you. Especially Shaddoc and pastries. Like anything, like Aoife gets the idea, like impression. Yeah. I can't speak words. I get the impression that like they love they've seen what Raine and Melanie can do, like like you are like a totally different animal to them. Yeah. You're like they'll go back to Raine and Melanie every once all the time, but you're just like you can fall through the air slowly. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, and I'll absolutely be teaching them as much stuff as they'll be willing to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But it really, the connection happens because I'm close to their age and their height. So because those factors are almost equal, it's very easy to get along.
Mm-hmm.
So Aoife is human?
Yeah,
but
she's
short?
human. Yeah, she's just a short human.
Okay.
I think she's 5'3".
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 5'3".
But yeah,
For reference, I think Tilda is 5'4" or 5'5", so.
I have a warped view of what short and tall is in
Oh,
real
right.
life.
Yeah, because
I'm
you're a
6 feet.
giant. Yeah.
So my definition of short versus tall is usually very different from most people's definition of short versus tall.
Mm.
I randomized her height, and the randomizer spat out 5'3", and I'm like, okay, sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. I just wanted to know. And have Tilda and Eva met?
You would have met when, well, technically you probably would have met when Stefan came to visit with the cats, because that's when Eva showed up.
Okay.
And she was in the tavern most of the time, and so were the cats. So
yeah, you
Okay.
probably Tilda was probably distracted slightly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But since
But she would,
introduce herself and everything.
introduce. Well, yeah, there would be introductions would have been made, and proper, polite, properness.
Yep. By the way, Stefan's tower is still in front of the keep. He hasn't left. He is still
That's
there.
fine.
I'm sure
fine.
Nenreen is out there doing research in the new library.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like
since I did task them with a specific task on the old gods. So.
Yes. Stefan has a lot of new books that he would like to browse over. And actually the cats don't annoy Nenreen too much. They're actually pretty good library assistants when they want to be, and if there are multiple treats at hand. As with a cat does.
I love them. Yes. I love them so much.
Yeah, and now you're walking around with 2 pocket kittens.
Okay.
Sometimes they just sleep there if you visit the tower. They do come out, but they've been, given like strict do not breed with the normal cats.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they're all like Siamese cats, right?
Yeah, they're like Siamese. Siamese wingless tressums.
Right. But I'm honestly, Kitten Academy, my favorite kitten cam, they have their current class is just like a whole bunch of orange and cream kittens. Like they're the cutest little mosh pit of orange and cream that you've ever seen. And so I'm picturing them as orange and cream kittens. I'm sorry, but I just am.
That's fine.
Because I want to cuddle these kittens so bad. You guys have no idea. Anyway.
Yep. But yeah, they're pretty awesome, and they're learning from Mom, who is a pretty good teacher of the books. Did you want to try to help Stefan at all about his wife and child problem?
What?
Remember Stefan? He wasn't allowed to see his son because he was tower full of cats.
Okay.
I mean, he has to make that decision on his own.
Yeah, you're right. He has to
Yeah.
he has to help him want to get help.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Hi, Lid.
Hey.
I was just about to post that. Because they're all really cute. Look at them. These tiny babies.
Sabina's starting to get in the trash when Kelly goes to work. She used to only do it when I would go to work. I work at home now, so she stopped for a while. And then she started again.
No.
She found a loophole.
I think she's just bonded with Kelly more because he's been home a lot more lately, and so now she actually gets upset when he leaves.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it sounds like a stress kind of thing, so.
It is. She just gets in the trash and she eats part of it, and some of it she just tosses around. She ate a used feminine item a couple times.
Ugh.
You know, make sure that went through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 4 of them.
Oh, Jesus.
Like tea bags.
Yeah, one thing we always did when we left our dog at home, we had to put the garbage up in the sink, and that stopped it. Cause you could...
Yeah. Well, and she had stopped for like 3 months, and so we're like, oh, she's over it. Like I'm not going to work, so she doesn't really get upset as much anymore. And we still put her in the kennel if I leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently she's gonna have to be cut off from certain rooms. So she'll live. Anyway.
Yeah, so Tilda, I get we'll start the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
I say with very heavy air quotes. Of placing our relics in the center of a circle that we all form.
It's like spin the bottle, but with magical relics. That's how magic
so
works. Right?
I was thinking, since we all have like a more personal connection to the relics, I was thinking that we meditate on them ourselves while we hold hands, and that should hopefully link the connection.
Okay, that's
maybe.
Fine.
That's
I was literally just going to toss him in the center and poke him, but yours sounds a lot better, so...
Sure. Tilda's just going to go along with whatever you guys suggest.
Okay. I would like a religion check from the 3 of you, then.
Do we get advantage because we're helping each other?
No.
Can I cast Enhance Ability on myself?
Yes, you can if you wish.
Okay. I absolutely.
Oh.
Okay. So Raine is also... Raine, what are you doing?
I kind of feel like I would just break the chain because I'm not attuned to anything. I don't know how that works.
I mean, you could try to bring Kismet into this.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Yeah, let's bring Kismet into it. What would that be?
Oh, goody.
Kismet's like, what the fuck? I tried to steal it from one. I guess that's close enough.
You're having a play date, man. Come on.
Alright, fine.
Religion as well?
Yeah.
Let's reroll that.
Better! Ooh, wow,
better.
So much better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hey, I have lucky. I always forget I have it. Well, then at 5. Yeah.
It's better.
It's better.
Lucky.
Okay, so you guys link hands. Yeah. Aoife is like looking at you. Is like, okay. Cat that meows. Hi, ketchup. He's like, why? So
One of the kittens in Tilda's pocket.
why is your face wet? I don't know.
Good question.
Water, drool, sweat.
I don't know. Ketchup. He just went
Ketchup.
Yeah. He didn't hear. I don't know if you heard it, but he went meow, and I'm like, what?
I heard a meow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was him.
That's why I was saying it's one of the kittens in Tilda's pocket.
All right. So you guys close your eyes. There's a silence for about a minute or 2. And then you guys fall into, and Aoife recognizes it. You fall into a deep meditative state. And when you guys think you open your eyes, you are in a. It would be wrong to say you are in a room. Because you're not really in a room. It's
Are
like.
we in the room?
No, no, you're not. No. You're not in the
Hi,
room.
Mark.
It happens.
Hi, Zaitari. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Tilda. I can't do Tommy Wiseau voice.
Yeah. Oh hey. Oh hi, Mark. It's like. It's as if you are standing in a landscape and it is split into 3 ways from the center. Um, in one portion of the landscape, in a third of the landscape, there is a battlefield with strewn, broken armor and weapons, and a banner that is stuck to the ground, into the ground, of a nation that you don't recognize. There are no bodies. There are no individuals on this battlefield, except for the portion that Melanie is stepping on. She's the only person in this battlefield. The other portion is of a shadowy, dark landscape, a mimicry of where the keep would be, except everything here is muted. The colors seem dull, and in this portion of the landscape, there is a circle of black clouds that spiral up into what one can describe as almost an inverse tornado of clouds and other wispy entities just going upward and up and up. And in the third portion, you are in what is a sunny, you're in a sunny sky that doesn't seem to have any ground. It's like you're standing on a cloud, Tilda.
I got the nice one.
And you know, it is like a cloud dappled sunny sky that you are standing in. Raine, when you open your eyes, you see all this, and Kismet's like, what the fuck what kind of fucking hallucinogens did I take?
I'm on the same one, dude.
Yeah, we're tripping
Okay, but
balls, man.
where did Raine land in amongst the 3?
She's kind of in the middle between between Zaitari and Melanie's. She's just like right in between the
Right.
2 portions of them because she's probably sitting next to them. She's
Oh no, she can't sit next to Tilda. Tilda's got cooties.
I mean,
Yeah.
Ew, noble cooties. Ew.
I just picked one side, okay?
No, it's fine. I'm teasing.
And in the center of you guys, there is the visage of an armored warrior. There is there is a Shaddoc, a male Shaddoc, and there is the silhouette of a person, Tilda, that is glowing with a pale yellow light. And the warrior says, so you probably I assume you guys have questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard. Um, and you see the Shadow Kai is just like kind of like shrugging. Um, and the yellow silhouette is, you know, looking towards the warrior. Does hasn't said a hasn't said a thing.
Hmm.
And the warrior says, "So, what are your questions? What questions do you have?"
Are you somehow linked to the old gods? The relics?
We the warrior says, "We're not linked, but," and you hear a very disapproving voice from the aspect of um Pelor's relic. But you know what happened. It was before his time, as well as it was before her time, and and they motion towards the Shaddoc, and you see the warrior's shoulders kind of slump a little bit. Yeah, the warrior says, it was before their time. They were not gods yet.
Am I missing something? Who? Who were they?
Motioning to the other two, Pelor, the warrior explains, Pelor and the Raven Queen were not
This
gods.
was out of character,
Oh.
but okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Pelor and the Raven Queen weren't gods beforehand?
Yeah. Pelor is not considered one. You Tilda would probably know this. It's common
Right.
knowledge. Pelor is not considered one of the original gods.
Okay.
Pelor came later.
Okay.
Yeah. Chords. The aspect of Chord says, so he wasn't wrong, but he wasn't wrong about the gods' connection between the old ones and themselves. Have any of you ever heard of the Cosmic Gate?
Can
I
I make a
mean-
religion check?
Yeah, you can make a religion. Arcana or religion would suffice here.
They're both the same for me. So, does my enhance ability affect my spiritual self?
Sure.
Okay.
Ugh.
Woo!
Okay. Tilda and Zaitari, you both know that the Cosmic Gate is a gate that is the barrier between most of the planes and the far realm.
Right.
That's pretty much base knowledge. So yeah, you do know what the Cosmic Gate is. It's not known about too much about the Cosmic Gate itself. You just know it exists. It's out there. It stops most of the bad things from coming through. And there are a lot of bad things from what you hear about the far realm. So it looks like the Chord's relics aspect is struggling a little bit.
Struggling how?
So he doesn't seem to want to go into much detail. Looks like he's struggling to find the words.
Well, we're just going to keep coming back to ask you, or we're going to find out on our own, so why don't you just end your own suffering, I suppose, and get it over with and tell us what's going on?
You see the Shaddoc roll his eyes and says, "It was the original gods who got too curious and attempted to peek behind the cosmic gate to see what was there. And one thing led to another. I believe the proper term would be Therazin fucked up and wanted more than a peek. And guess who came out from the other side once they knew the cosmic gate and all its power was distracted?
I mean, obviously it's the Eldritch Horrors, which, people call the Old Gods.
Exactly. And you kind of see the warrior wince a little bit. Especially when, the Shaddoc just puts it so plainly. Kind of like, and the Shaddoc is just like, it's you guys fucked up. We didn't do shit.
So why didn't you ever put them back? Just shove them back through.
And Pelor's relic says we don't have the power to do so any longer. We can't do it without the primordials.
And the primordials are who?
The primordials were the lords of the elemental planes, Pelor said. Unfortunately, we got into a argument with them. Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, the primordials and the gods had many disagreements about who should rule what domains. And there was a war. And the gods won. And the primordials didn't.
And I'm assuming the primordials are the ones who made this cosmic gate.
No, the cosmic gate, the Pelor aspect explains, is an entity of its own.
Ah,
yeah.
I see.
Therazin weakened him. Them, technically. Them. And then the old ones were able to come.
Ah.
And
I see.
And the warrior continues that train of thought. So without the power of the primordials, and the gods only providing half the strength that was needed to defeat the old ones in the first time, we can't put them back. So that's why when the first one showed up, he was put to sleep. They were all put to sleep. When Yablink came back, they figured out a way to lock him away.
Why didn't you just wake up the primordials?
Because they're either imprisoned or dead, says the Shaddoc.
Ah, yes, that was going to be my next question.
Okay, let's stew on this. Next question. What did he mean about a fully awakened relic?
The warrior says, well, our full power comes to fruition when the person that wields us unlocks all of... We have to be... How do I explain this? And the Pelor relic says, we have to be connected, like, fully. We have to have... Our user has to put their full trust in us, and we have to put our full trust in them.
What, we need to do trustfuls with a sword?
The warrior the warrior says, that would hurt, wouldn't it? And
I guess.
Pelor says, this only usually comes about when we're used in battle. Were used in battle, things of that nature. Of course, the more dire the situation, usually that awakens us quicker.
I see.
And it seems, and the Shaddoc says, it seems that your friend is has fully gained the trust of his relic.
Right,
I guess
which
he's doing
seems
a lot of crazy shit then.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Also, I'm guessing that some relics might be more apt to bond with certain types of people. Yes.
That would be correct, says the warrior. That would be, you got that on the nose.
Marvelous.
Raine, Kismet is like whispered talking to you, and he's just like, this is weird shit. Like, who would like put their trust in a sentient, like their full trust in a sentient object?
I give him a side eye, like,
You serious, man?
Kismet's like, oh yeah, good point. Well, I was a person once.
what you say?
You hear that whine too. It's like,
How do these things do you interact when you're being shared amongst one person? Does that happen?
It's Pelora says it's rare, but it can happen. For example, Pelora says, for example, when the twins have us, we're shared with both. That's possible because of the nature of the twins. I've heard that there are other relics that could be shared.
And when he says the twins, he's talking about the ones for the little punchy ones.
Yeah.
Saloon and
Belzor and
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. When we belonged to them, they are one soul. So we made the connection with the one soul. In my history, says Pelors, I don't think I've ever been shared. Besides by the twins, I haven't been shared in another way like that. Usually it's one relic, one person.
What about one person, two relics? Does that ever happen?
Seen that video?
You put that away.
That does
Because this... Oh, it does happen?
It does, the Shaddoc says, that does happen. And it's... as long as your will... like, sometimes relics seek a similar person, and that's how it can happen. Otherwise, other times it's a similar goal. So if both relics want something similar, then that could happen as well.
Can you refuse to work with somebody?
And the warrior says yes.
Oh, so I don't really have to worry about you getting all caught up in that nonsense then, right? You're not trying to unite all of the world and all that? Right.
The warrior's like, no, I just want a good fight.
Okay, perfect.
But if he challenges you to a good fight, and you lose...
Right.
Right. Well, we have to make sure that doesn't happen, but...
I imagine there would be a few good fights while conquering half the known world as well.
That's true. And, well, I mean, it's not like we're unknown to each other. We've clashed quite a few times in the past.
What do you mean? Oh, the various relics?
Well, with Banes, I've clashed a few times.
Ah.
That would make sense.
yeah, he hasn't been a shield this whole time, but there's been a few fights.
What does Bane's relic want?
Conquest.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why they bonded so fast. That is what he's seeking. I do have a question. As soon as Mallory remembers that, because everybody was like, question, I'm like, don't forget.
Alright.
No, it's okay. It's just what happens. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, I remember now. That, well, you know, my father wasn't of too much help. As I kind of just give my, you know, relic soul inhabitor, you know, a cheeky side eye. Didn't know what other relic, they held amongst them. Do either of you two know?
You see, Pelor's, you know, thinking.
Because we know where a few of them are, but we also don't know how many relics there are.
Most, Pelor says most of the major gods has at least one. And you see Pelor's, like, deep in thought. It could be a number of them. If it's one of the major gods, then it could be Zahir or Loth. They were made, before... Or it could be a newer god. I did not recognize it. I can speculate, he says.
Well, no, it's quite alright. Just wondering if we could anticipate what their party might hold. But, Raine, did you want to ask any questions about Avanza's relic?
I did. We know where Avandra's relic is, but, you know, before showing up, I thought it might be a good idea to get a read on it. If you folks know anything about it. He's like, Raine's like, how do I say this?
You lot.
Pelor says Avandra's relic has always been based around luck. Of course. She is, after all, she is the one that favors the bold. The warrior says you've probably witnessed the haste aspect of it. But it allows you to be quicker than your opponents in battle most of the time when we've clashed. Usually it's possessed by somebody very quick, very agile in our known clashes. Pelor says, yes, it always seems that even when they are at near the jaws of defeat, they always pull themselves out. Whether it be by some miraculous maneuver, that kind of thing. Or their enemy seems to stagger or fumble. We've witnessed that as well.
Well, might have to go courting soon, so I do want to make a good first impression. Rather not harm the person holding it. I have nothing against them, but frankly, we may need it when they do.
To be fair, Raine, she did welcome you coming to take it. Apparently, she has been fed up with possessing the bell, if I recall correctly.
Probably. Go there. Maybe I'll just ask for it. Maybe we'll just hand it over. That would be bold.
Maybe.
It is bold.
It is very bold.
If you all...
And you would be very lucky for that to happen.
Ah. If you were to speculate as to another relic that we should set our sights upon to try to find a way to seal these old gods back behind the gate, which we could probably do given enough oomph. Maybe raise the primordials back up or find something that could power them similarly. Anyway, what sort of what sort of god should we look for the relic of?
Well, Pelor says, well, one of Pelor's comrades is currently being held in Skorak, that I know. By the leader of this Platinum Covenant, I hear, that exists in this time.
Would this be Bahamut?
Yes.
Just taking a guess. Okay.
Yes. He is,
Wild guess.
I believe he's being held by their leader.
And
Wonder
is
if they'd be willing
he...
to part with it?
You could ask.
Hmm?
Doesn't hurt.
Certainly doesn't. Are there any others that you're aware of that might be worthy of seeking out? Or worth seeking out?
The warrior says Melora's might be something you should look into. Hers has changed drastically over the centuries. Sometimes it's a bracer, sometimes it's a necklace. I think the last person I recall holding it was a saint of hers of some sort. I believe she was from Leona.
We could do some looking into both of those, I think.
Place to look is helpful.
Looking dead at the aspect of Pelor ahead of me, I ask, and the relic of Erathis?
Erathis is currently being held. Erathis' relic is currently in the country to the north known as Algor. In the capital.
Right.
It's in possession of the king. Last I heard.
Oof. Well, at least we know somebody from Algor.
Who?
The Ice Queen.
Oh.
We could ask her about it, see if she can get us in, since you know Walled City and all that.
Should we seek out the relic of Erathis?
I don't see why not. It could be very helpful, especially if you have an enemy that you're trying to get information out of, to be honest.
Why us?
You see Shaddoc, you see the Raven Queen's shrug.
Shaddoc? Jeez. The Shaddoc guy.
Yeah. We're just drawn to certain entities. That's all. There's a particular person that attracts us like moths to a flame. For some individuals, motioning to the warrior, it's pretty obvious. For others that are a little more mysterious, motioning to himself. Who knows? It's just something that happens.
Saying it feels like Zaitari's cheating with her dad, and I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. He's not totally comfortable with this either. Just like, this is weird.
It's like, why me?
But yeah, that's what. Or maybe they, and Shakai waves his hand above. Maybe they see something we don't.
They who? I'm not getting it.
Gods.
Oh,
Really?
oh, right. That makes more sense than just like whatever's above them, which I don't see anything right now. You know, so.
Raine, you hear Kismet's like, this is. I don't get it.
You've made that clear, Kismet.
God give things much power we want. Go get.
No, I'm like.
Why say many word when few word do good?
And you hear a sigh. Maybe I should go back into the library with the Pharaoh one.
Well, this has been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly useful, maybe not. Not really sure.
Oh, I also wanted to ask, what about Corellin?
We're Pelora says we're usually not very close with the elven gods. So we don't know
We
where
sit
it
at
is.
this lunch table. They sit at that lunch
They have
table.
their clique, we have our clique, you know.
We got a bunch of badasses over here. Huh?
We're not sure. I mean, of course, your best guess is ours. Probably Elven Lands is the first thing to look at. Or if you find Melora's, the warrior says Melora was pretty close to Sahinine and Corellin, so.
Well, we'll see how it works out. I'm also guessing the Elven Land. That just seems like where that would go. Probably some hoity-toity elf parading around as a bow or something.
I don't know if you mean bow or bow, but I guess either could work in this situation.
I suppose it could.
Mhm.
Well, regardless, I think my curiosity has been sated.
Where were the primordial Where were the primordials imprisoned when they were imprisoned?
There were, Pelor says there were many primordials. Like I mentioned, like he said, he explained some were killed outright, some were split into smaller aspects, because that's sometimes how primordials die. They just become other aspects. A few of them were thrown into the abyss with Therazin. Some might be sleeping in their own planes. There were a lot of them.
See.
It's something to do some research on.
Yes, that's fine. I didn't know if maybe they're all stuck together somewhere, but if they're spread out, then that's fine.
You hear the Reverend Queen says they'll probably be pissed off if you wake them up, though.
Well, you know, we have to fix your shit, apparently.
Hey,
So
he's just like, mine didn't do anything. She was created after that shit happened.
I'm just saying, like, honestly, just don't look beyond anyway.
Yeah, and
To
Pillar's
be
like,
fair, the Rasadoon, pretty fucking evil. So
I don't know much about him. I mean, the name sounds scary. You know, it just sounds like the Rasadoon kind of name, but that's about all I really know. Okay, well, thank you for the powwow. I will bring cookies next time.
you hear the warrior kind of mumble, I like cookies. I haven't had a cookie in years.
I'll get you out next time I eat one and just kind of rub it on you.
He's like, I don't know if that works, but thanks for trying.
I do my best. Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. Okay, well.
Oh, actually, before we go, Melanie, I know you're going to talk to your mom about this, but since, you know, we're talking to a bunch of relics of deities, Melanie's parentage is under question. As for her father, might you all have anything to add to this conversation?
There is a collective silence.
I mean, I doubt any of them banged my mother.
I doubt it, but you never know.
Insight.
I mean, were any of them ever? Instead of being a sword, were you ever a dildo? Like, what? How would that even work?
I'm not saying them.
Oh,
They are tied to gods, which are tied to celestials. And since you have divine blood, that's where I was getting at.
I went straight to dildos. Magical god dildos.
To be fair, I really didn't expect anything less, Melanie.
You see the Shaddoc guy is like, I am not, nope, like turning away. It's like, nope. If Pelor's had a face, it would be disappointment.
Yep.
It was sheer disappointment. And in chords, it's just like fingers to temples, just shaking his head.
All right. Well, thank you all. I suppose I'll be talking to you later, Dad.
Doesn't say anything. Stone silence. Yep.
Not awkward at all. Okay. And I'm going to try to just, like, wake myself up.
Yeah, you
Don't know
wake
how
up.
successful I'm gonna
You
be.
wake up.
Yeah.
So, Aoife, while everybody was in deep meditation, Shaddoc found you,
Okay.
and she made a bet with you for 3 oatmeal cookies. If you could balance a stack of 10 flat rocks on Melanie's head while she was meditating.
Oh, absolutely. Done.
Okay, give me 2... I guess this would be sleight of hand.
Okay. Let me scroll all the way back up again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got those rocks. Like not only that you have all 10 rocks on Melanie's head, like but they are stacked vertically.
Yeah.
Like Shaddoc is just hands you the cookies. Just sounds like yeah.
God damn it.
She really thought she got me that time.
Melanie, when you jolt awake, 10 rocks fall off your head. 10 rocks collide into your face.
The fuck?
Your kid's learning about physics. I don't know what to say.
Jock's just like, oh crap.
Checks out.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, so am I, and I should have a cookie in my mouth.
Well, that's a lot of rocks.
It's pretty much
Well-
that, yeah.
That was productive. I think we have some research that we need to get started on about these other relics.
Huh?
But we could
How do
just
you
pop over and say, "Hey, wanna give
Well, I have teleport. I can take you to her. So long. Well, let me send her a message first to make sure where she is. Because if she's where we were before or somewhere else I've been, that'll be easier. But if not, not so much. So.
Well, Aoife, it looks like we might be punching gods, so I don't know if you want to
Oh,
join
excellent.
or not.
No,
Okay.
I'm totally down.
Are you
What else
interested
am I gonna
in?
do?
Are you interested in holding a relic to the gods?
I'm sure.
Wonderful.
Does it look good?
It might not be fashionable.
Well,
If
it
it's
does conform to the user's taste, so it might.
True.
yeah, and like I'm trained in a few different things, so like depending on what the relic is, I'll be fine. Like
Well, does Bahamut Melora? I'm assuming that Tilda probably wants Arathis, so we're just gonna take that off the table. But Melora or Bahamut sound more appealing.
I'll be honest, I don't really know a whole lot about either one, so sure.
Okay, well, we'll do some research into it and see which one is quote unquote easier to get, I suppose.
Yeah, our focus at the temple is a little bit more, you know, drunken master gods, not, you know, say these prayers and give me tithes gods. You know, just a little different focus.
That's fair.
All right, so I'll send a sending to is it Eagle Eye or One Eye?
It's Eagle Eye. One
Eagle Eye,
eye.
okay.
One eye is bugs in the desert. One eye. I think one eye's Leona. Anyways, yeah, it's Eagle Eye.
Okay, I'll send a sending to Eagle Eye. Say, hello, this is Zaitari. Just wondering where you might be at on this. Hold on. Actually, I just realized I'm not counting. Hi, it's Zaitari. Just wondering where you are. Wondering if we can chat. Hopefully it's somewhere that I've been before. I can teleport to you.
You hear, hey, currently in Ranger commune in Malat. Sure, what's up?
Is that the place that we've been before?
Yes.
Sick. Well, Raine, you want to go continent hopping?
I mean, got nothing else to do.
Wonderful. Anybody else want to go?
Important questions about relics, real quick. I don't have to like believe that the god is real to use their relic, or is it okay if I don't?
I mean, the relic will talk to you, so you can tell that the relic's real. So you'll have proof on that one. That'll make it easier.
Sure. Okay.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm just going to take a guess. Melora or... Yeah, Melora or Bahamut might be good. We'll have to see. But, yes, does anybody want to, get whisked away to Malot?
I'll go.
Shaddoc's like, I've never been.
You have to get permission from your mothers first.
Mama, can I go to Malat with you guys? Where's Malat?
Tell you what, if you go find a map and we can work on finding Malat on a map, then you can go, but you have to be, on your best behavior, since we'll be out of the country.
Okay. Like,
So,
right now?
No.
Apparently.
I'm like, no. And
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's take a moment.
Okay.
What a unified front. This is not confusing at all for the kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, we're just
Well,
going to
I
talk,
forgot
right?
Shaddoc was there. So
Oh, aren't we just going to talk? Are we gonna get into any trouble? Were
We
we
might.
planning on?
We might have to fight or something. I don't know. I'm going to.
Oh,
It's up to Maron taking it one way or the other.
And if we have to
One
fight,
way.
I can get her out of there pretty quick.
yeah.
I don't
Tell you
Eagle
what.
Eye. The Eagle Eye
This
like they wanted to hurt me if I tried to take it to be. I might get my ass beat in front of the kid, but I don't think it's going to personal injury to anyone else.
over the brooch, I'm going to suggest. Well, I'm going to say, first of all, I apologize. I did not realize Shaddoc was here. Second of all,
balancing rocks on us.
yes. I think. Well, Melanie, you have things you need to do, and when I take people on this trip, it's going to be for at least 2 days, because I can teleport us there, but I can't get us back. So, it might be wise for you to stay with Shaddoc, and maybe you could take her on a trip to see your mother?
Pose. Hint, hint, eh?
I'm not making any hints. I'm just saying, you said you needed to have a chat with your mother, so she could go with you on a trip to do that.
Yes, I suppose she could. Okay. Shaddoc.
Mhm.
I forgot that I have some errands to run.
Okay.
And so I think that I am going to go run some errands. Would you like to come with me? And then maybe we can go somewhere cool and foreign with Aunt Zaitari some other time. Maybe in a couple weeks or so. I'm sure that Aunt Zaitari would...
She squints at you. And then she looks at Raine. Mama? Can you bring something back?
The plan.
Ha! Not that. Maybe something a little more kid-friendly.
Go see.
Oh, we can get her a
God.
pet there. Baby Panther.
Oh god. Zaitari's just getting too set aside.
Add Ranger to this. Good lord.
Yeah, Shaddoc's like, okay, Mom.
It's just, I had forgotten about my errands, and it's something kind of important.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's very boring. It's not very boring. That's a lie. I'm not going to say that. But
Okay, Mom.
they are going to go do boring adult things.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mama, if it's fluffy, I'll love it more.
You don't want something scaly? Either?
I will get out the sending necklace. And I will say, so I was going to wait just a little while longer before I gave this to you. But since Raine is going to be taking a short trip for a couple days, you can use this if you... And I will hand it to her. This is a necklace, and you can use this to talk to one of us once a day, no matter where we are.
Okay.
Even if we're super far away. But you can only use it once, and you can just think about who you want to talk to. But it's not to talk to just anybody. Like, don't just, randomly cast sending spells to everybody. That would be... They would kill us. Not literally. They would just be mad.
Meal cookies being brought upstairs are not an emergency.
Yes.
Oh.
But if you wanted to wait until later tonight and say hello to Raine, then I don't think she would mind.
Okay.
And
are you going now?
What time of day is it? It's short, very soon.
Okay. Yeah, she just goes over and just hugs you.
back.
Come-
I'll ruffle her hair.
Come back. And she whispered, Scaly's okay too.
Oh god.
What have you done?
It's gonna have a whole menagerie.
You know what? I bet your recorder would be a decent addition to our trip if you want to go find it.
Okay.
You do it with Daryl.
And I just look at Zaitari as Shaddoc is, I'm assuming,
Yeah,
going and
sprinting,
getting her
sprinting,
recorder.
and getting her recorder.
Her lessons have been going very well.
Mm-hmm.
Daryl, Shaddoc, and Deacon is going to be the most interesting.
Yeah, last
Next-
time she tried to play Flight of the Bumblebee, it didn't go so well. It was like just one high pitch note.
Yeah, Flight of the Bumblebee is a little bit advanced. Little bit advanced.
She's definitely determined, and very what's that word? She's quite the
Persistent.
persistent. Yeah, has that tenacity.
Yeah.
Enthusiasm more
Yes.
than skill.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
by far.
I think she's probably gotten as much of the hang of the recorder as she can. Honestly, I think we could move up to something like a flute.
I
Or
was
she wants-
thinking something quiet and small, like a triangle.
That's going to be worse. I can guarantee you, percussion does not lead to quiet nights.
I know something she might like that maybe we can try and find. And it'll keep her 100% occupied.
Which is
I've got to remember the name of it. It's a little mouth instrument.
Is it the jaw harp?
The jaw harp? That's the one.
is that the one that makes the wong 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 sound?
Yup.
Yep.
No.
It's quieter than most instruments.
Alright, Aoife, Raine. Tilda, are you interested in going?
Ro.
You are muted. Or she fell asleep. Which is totally possible.
She's muted, but she may also be asleep.
Yes.
It's cool.
Then we shall say that Tilda is in the transient place,
Mhm.
having decided and not, Schrodinger's Tilda.
Yep.
Having both decided and
I mean,
decided to go and to not go.
I mean, Tilda is pretty. So it'll be like month 11 maybe at this point. So.
You're not supposed to teleport after 6 months or something like that?
Could you imagine if it goes poorly, how poorly it could go?
Oh, that is true. That is extremely true. Yeah, she should not.
For a
Yeah, she
pregnant
should-
woman.
Teleportation circles, completely safe. Teleport.
If there's
Sketchy.
a chance it could go wrong, there's a chance it could go so catastrophically wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Tilda's not going.
Okay.
Whether she wants to or not, I've made that decision for her. All
That's
right.
a risk that no one should be taking right now.
Yeah. All right. So I shall whisk myself, Raine, and Aoife
Okay.
to where Eagle Eye is.
All right. All right. You Bamf. I believe you do have to roll a percentage.
I do. Let me just check the specifics of teleport.
And this is why Tilda did not come.
Yes, exactly. Let's see. I'm very familiar because I've been there.
Yes.
So I just need to. I'm not gonna say it. I'll jinx myself. Okay, we're good.
Okay. Sounds good.
We're on target.
Nice.
25 or higher is on target.
All right. You three Bamf away. Shaddoc comes back with her recorder. You guys are gone. The rest of you are gone. She looks at you, Melanie. So, where are we going?
We were going to go see my mother.
I have a grandma?
Yes? Would you like... I'm assuming that they've met at this point.
Have you?
Was
Oh,
she,
goodness.
Were they at the? Oh my gosh. Were they at the auction? Was your family at the auction?
Yeah, but they never really came by. They were just kind of there, I guess, somewhere. I invited them.
There were a lot
They
of
might
people
have-
at the auction.
There were a lot of people there.
And you were pretty much on guard duty.
Yep. Yep, I was keeping an eye on that flying squirrel.
Yeah, your family probably came and said hi, and then pleasantries, and that was probably it.
And Shaddoc was in the kitchen a lot.
She was.
She was told to stay out of the way.
It's been a while since I've seen them. I had kind of forgotten that it's been a while. I was going to go see my mother and my brothers. Would you like to come with me?
I have uncles?
You do. You have 2. Well, you have 3, actually. You have 3 uncles.
Cool.
I don't think that... I think you'll only meet 2 of the 3 today, because Iskin is not with my brothers, I don't think.
What's...
I mean, I guess it's good.
What are they like? Do they like recorders?
I am certain that my brother Daryl does. He loves music, and he will be very excited to hear the recorder, which is why I had you go get it.
Let's go! She grabs your hand and starts pulling you. Make a strength check.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, that's a save, but...
Yeah, it's the same thing.
But I'm assuming that I'm like, damn, let's get strong.
Yeah, she you steady your feet, but hold on. Yeah, you steady your feet, but she's just like, yeah, she's got a grip.
That shark blood, man.
Yeah.
Let's head out.
All right. The 3 of you teleport at the base of a giant sequoia redwood tree. Raine and Zaitari have been here. This is the ranger commune of Malat. It is a commune of rangers that have their base of operations between the region between Dorenethel and Robert. There are lots of animals around you. There's a giant sloth. There are a couple groups of people practicing archery, and you just poof into existence.
Yep.
And they all turn, and they're just like every weapon imaginable is raised, but then a couple are like, "Oh, it's just you guys," and they just go back.
Hi.
Oh, it's kind of like there's some looks at they're like, "Oh, you're back." Okay. Yeah, you guys fought with some of them, so they're just like, "Oh, they're cool. It's fine." They wave. Some of them wave.
Is our guide anywhere? I mean, I'm not there. I'm just asking for them.
Oh yeah, Minsk.
Roll perception.
Hell yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad for me.
All right. You guys don't see him, but off into the
Raine
distance.
hears him.
Oh yeah, you hear him. Like Raine off in the faraway distance. You hear, "Go for the eyes, boo! Go for the eyes!" You're pretty sure it's him. And charging at in the distance, charging at a battle dummy in front of a group of teenagers, about 13 years old each, is a giant of a man with a great sword, looking like he's demonstrating the finer points of charging into battle and going for somebody's eyes.
Oh look, Aoife, it's your people. I gesture to the younger teenagers. You're the same age as them, right?
Maybe.
A couple of them are taking notes. A couple of them are mimicking the charge. One falls over because his greatsword's way too big for him.
Yeah, I'm just silently critiquing everyone's form.
Yeah. It's not good form. They look like they're beginners.
Yeah, like it's like that squint, slight nose wrinkle, just like okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to head up to Eagle's Eye's office, which is still on that large tree branch in this giant sequoia tree, there is now a 2 giant pine cones on the ground. Looks like it's pine cone season, and there are a couple signs around that says please watch overhead. And there is like a stick figure on the ground, depicted on the side with a pine cone on top of him.
Only pine cones. Yeah, Raine will, lead on and head towards Eagle Eye's office.
Okay. You guys, pulley yourselves up. Aoife, as you are being pulled to the mid tree branch line of this establishment, as you're going up, you see various wooden abodes on many giant tree branches. You see a wide variety of animals here, of the flying variety. Now that you're in the tree line, ranging from flying squirrels to birds of all sizes. You catch a peek at a giant eagle at some point. There is a young elven woman that is, short for an elven woman. Can't be more than adolescent, but this bird is like bigger than she is. And you think you spot a dinosaur, a pterodactyl. You heard of them at some point in the tree line. But sooner.
That's the part of my history class I did pay attention to.
Oh, the dinosaurs. Yeah. There are a couple of them.
Zaitari, take note. I want to be a pterodactyl.
Oh, don't worry. I can turn anybody into anything as long as it's a beast, so we're fine.
Oh yeah, this is a great place to study up.
I can make you a T-Rex. It just hasn't come up yet, so. It was going to be part of the distraction plan at the Yuan Ti temple, but somebody said that was a bad idea.
But you get to the top. You get to the tree office of this establishment. Like in her rocking chair on the porch is Eagle Eye. She's been watching you ascend up the tree on your platform. Next to her is Maru, her old mountain lion, and she just kind of.
I thought it was a panther.
Cougar, panther, mountain lion. They're kind of like all the same. But she actually the jaguar belongs to Switch. That's
what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she watches you guys. She gives you a little wave. There's already a on the table in front of her. There's already a steaming pot of what smells like coffee. And there are a variety of mugs in front of her. She had 5 set out, but she looks at you. There's 2 of you, so she sits 2 aside, and once you get to her level, she gestures you guys to take a seat on the various stools and chairs she has. They don't match, but stools and chairs she has in front of her. And
I suppose my cryptic message gave enough tip that we were coming.
She nods. Yep.
I would assume she's wearing the item, from what we can tell.
Oh yeah, she's definitely wearing it. She takes
Kill
a.
Bill sirens go off.
she takes she has this really long Gandalf like wooden pipe, and she starts lighting it, and she inhales some of the. It smells like a. The closest thing in this world would be like a cherry tobacco, maybe a little clove mixed in. And she once you guys get to the top and get near her table, she offers it if anyone wants to take any.
Oh yeah, Zaitari will absolutely have some.
All right. So, what can I do you for?
Well, I think it's something I may be doing to you. Once.
She blinks for a second.
Raine, so scandalous.
I mean, not really at this point. I mean,
Not really, but you're in a committed relationship now. What if the word got back to Melanie?
Anyways,
And well, first of all, I see you have somebody new.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi. My name. She stands up. My name's Eagle Eye. I run this ranger compound. It's nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you. Aoife, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Would you like some coffee?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
I heard it since your growth.
I see. I can have some hot chocolate if that's what you prefer.
Yeah, I'm alright. Thank
All
you.
spiked.
She like scritches Maro's ears. So she looks down at her waist. I get the feeling that one of you is taking up you're taking up my offer then.
But exactly.
All right.
You did offer it.
Well, it's
If you want to go and change, I don't mind waiting.
no. It's not what I will be doing. It's what you guys would be doing.
Please.
Us?
Oh right, you have Cord, so Cord probably made you. Okay, I see. But sit down. We're not fighting. Sit down.
Oh,
Just
by the way, some things have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I pull out the Raven Queen's choice. Say hello to the chosen of the Raven Queen.
Lovely. Nice.
I mean, she really did kind of cheat her dad's in there.
It is not. He was not in there until after I got it. The soul changes depending on who holds it. Also, I killed the person who had it before. Who's going to use it for bad shit?
I mean, that happens sometimes, says Eagle Eye. I mean, the way I got mine was, I had to kill a dragon. Sometimes it happens. It was just on somebody's horde.
Yes, listen, shit happens. One, I needed it. Two, the person who had it was bad. And three, it helped us kill the person who was trying to kill the Raven Queen. So,
Yeah, you're too easy to needle sometimes.
God damn it.
But yeah, like I said, sit down, relax. We're not fighting.
Yeah, Raine's sitting down.
All right. Marie, could you go get that bag of crisps? And you see, like the cougar look at her, and Maru's like reaches into her pocket, pulls out a piece of jerky. She swipes it and goes into the house. Gotta pay for everything around here. Alright. So, you want this. So, yeah. As you guys are probably smart enough to realize that, each relic is different, blah, 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 blah. And if you challenge for it, the challenges could be different. Chords is obvious.
Subtlety. Not a god made for subtlety.
No. Oh, no. He was never a god made for subtlety. Maloro's kind of the same way. So for Avondra's is, mantra, luck favors. luck favors the bold, blah, 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 blah. So, usually, I would have to come up with a challenge for you to complete. I'm going to make it since, you have a group of friends that you rely on. I'm going to make it a participation type of deal. It makes it easier for yourself. If I asked you to... I think...
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Got lucky and kind of
Yeah.
part.
I think she's saying you ain't shit on your own.
I'm not... she looks at you, Aoife.
You're welcome to find out afterwards.
So...
Not already. But Raine will open her fucking mouth anyways.
So I got an idea. And it was something that, it's something that I think Avandra would probably approve of, if not tough shit for her. So, you've guys heard of, of rocks before, like the bird, right?
Oh, yes. Rocks? They're everywhere.
She clarified immediately because she's like, I know you guys are so many jokes. So, there is over there. She points to the northwest. In that mountain range over there, about 10 miles out from this direction, there is a species of rock that is entirely jet black. There is a nest over there. Currently, it is rock nesting season. Unfortunately, this rock has laid 2 eggs instead of 1. Now, the problem comes. She's not going to have enough food to support both rocks, both babies, unless she expands her territory. And if she expands her territory, that's going to be bad news for everybody in this region. Not just for me, but for the villages around us. Now, the easiest thing would be to kill the rock, but I don't want to do that. Like, I'd feel bad doing that. The second easiest thing to do was to smash one of the eggs. I don't want to do that either. It's a rare subspecies. It should be protected.
Seems wasteful.
Yeah, it's pretty wasteful.
Somewhere else. We could raise it.
Exactly.
Out.
See? You see what you see?
Shaddoc did not say okay to feathers.
Shaddoc, Ronny brought you. No.
So, here is my proposal, and you are more than welcome to involve your entire group, unless you're really ballsy.
Oh boy.
I want you to go to that nest. I want you to take that other egg and bring it here. But you cannot harm the mother, and you cannot break the other egg. You do that, it's yours. Not the egg. The belt.
How large are rock eggs generally?
Generally, well, Volkswagens don't exist in this world.
But if they did.
If they did,
Say would fit inside a 10-foot cube?
no.
Fuck.
So you're gonna have to figure out how to. You obviously have teleport. So.
Yes, well, teleport doesn't work on things that are bigger than that.
But, you're a resourceful group. I'm sure you can figure out something.
We can do this.
And I'm not giving
sure
you.
You're going to give us a heading on where we need to go.
10 miles.
Yeah, 10 miles that way.
Oh. My bad. That was my bad. I forgot.
But yeah, I mean, you have. Give me a second. You have, let's see, it was laid then, around that time we were aware of it, so she must have laid it then. You have a month before it hatches.
Rocks are technically monstrosities, aren't they?
Yes.
Ah! Well, is the egg an object?
I think so at this point.
I was going to ask if Zaitari or Raine know how fast a rock flies.
Have we actually ran into a rock in our game anywhere? I don't think we have.
Well, the only rock-sized thing that we have run into was Nick Nevin's familiar, and that was...
It was an owl, yeah. Peanut is not a rock.
If we can figure out how fast it flies, at the very least, since we're not supposed to harm it, I could be very fast bait.
Yes, we could do some research into that. I
mean,
wonder if the egg would be considered an object or a creature, because I could polymorph it.
I don't think you should polymorph an basically unborn being. I feel like that seems like a very bad idea.
That's true.
I mean, you weren't going to teleport a pregnant woman. It's basically the same thing.
There can also be an argument or distinction made between the shell versus the interior sac in the creature on the inside.
Oh my
god.
god.
Might be a creature within an object.
Yeah, because I was going to, well, my next idea would be to reduce it in size. If that's the case, and it does get smaller, then, well, if it does fit inside a 10-foot cube, then I can teleport it.
I could also take it as well in the portable hole at that point.
That's true. And it would fit inside the portable hole. We'd have to get it back out. I would just reduce it again. Okay. Answered that question. Alright, so we have a couple avenues.
See? I knew. You guys are resourceful.
The only problem... we can't utilize our whole group, because one of them is pregnant, and teleportation is a bit risky for...
Fair.
You know, people who are pregnant. And the other one is off watching a child.
I said you had a month. So you can, you can talk for a week and see what you can do from there.
Let's go back to the keep and get some ingredients.
Yes, we might as well.
I have a few ideas.
Prepare. But I'm sorry, Eagle Eye. You're going to have to put up with us until tomorrow because I need to sleep before I can teleport us away.
Oh, that's fine. We have plenty of space. She, like pretty much gestures to the entire compound.
Tell me, do you have anybody here who specializes in music, instruments, those kinds of things?
That's a great question.
We have a few people who play instruments. I think a lot of the a couple of the people can whittle stuff. Why?
Well, because the same child in question, I gifted a recorder, and I think it's time for her to move on to a more sophisticated instrument.
I'm in the market for a jaw harp, if you know anyone who makes those.
I mean, jaw harps out of wood is not a thing I know. I mean, we have a guy who has something called a kazoo. Would that help?
No.
Yes.
Nope. That would make it worse.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I mean, we can ask. I think I've seen a guy with a pan flute.
Yes, I was just going to ask, like a little flute, or even in something like an ocarina.
Ocarina. Yeah. You can. Who is that fella I saw with the ocarina? You can talk to Ronny. She is a more recent recruit from Non and Liar. I think I saw her with an ocarina. You can ask her about it. She describes a young woman, probably 4'10". You can't miss her. She has, as an animal companion, she has this really, really, really big, beautiful white tiger.
Ooh.
She should be around. She's usually around the nursery.
Good to know.
All right,
Thank you.
no problem.
And would we be able to utilize your library again?
Yeah, of course. Hasn't gotten any bigger since you've left, but
Well, now we're not researching the Underdark. We're researching rocks.
I see. Well, I mean,
Unless you can tell us more.
I'm not the rock expert, but you could probably talk to Dwayne. He's one of the druids on
Oh
the
my God.
compound.
Dwayne Johnson. I've heard of him.
I believe
His nickname is The Rock.
I believe you can smell what he's cooking. I think he's cooking a stew over there.
Oh my God. Should we talk to John Cena about invisibility? Anyways.
Yeah.
If you can find him.
He's actually looking for a therapist right now. He feels like nobody pays attention to him, and it's really starting to impact his psyche.
Yeah. I think John Cena's just a cryptid.
Have you seen the way he stands? He's
Well,
absolutely
no, because
a
I
cryptid.
can't see him.
You can see his shadow on a wall.
Oh, okay. I
He's
didn't
like
know
a
that's how that
vampire.
works.
There's no reflection, but he's still a solid mass.
Gotcha.
So weird.
Anyways. How about we do Melanie?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you can. She does point you out to a couple druids
Okay.
on the compound. They work closely with each other, and you
Can she point out Kazoo Man for me, please?
Oh yes, Kazoo Man is she points out to a half orc individual. Keith is who you want to talk to over there.
Okay.
Keith, yes.
Perfect.
All right. Melanie, back where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You and Shaddoc are heading or are already close to your mom's place.
Yep.
She's asked you a million questions about grandma and uncles.
Yes, I should probably get the name of my other brother pulled up. I forget. Yeah, I'm here.
Like Sam or something?
Yeah. So what's Uncle Sam like?
He is very. Yeah, he likes. You know.
Is he friendly?
how- Yes.
Charismatic? Is that the word?
Yes, that's a very good. Yes, that's exactly the word.
Miss Tilda uses that word a lot.
Yes, she does. She would, and that's very yes.
Charismatic, enthusiastic, fantastic, prismatic.
You're gonna start writing poetry. I'm impressed.
But she says supercalifragilisticexpialidocious isn't a word.
It's not.
Oh.
It's no, not really a word, but it's fun to say.
Mm-hmm. So what's Uncle Daryl like?
Uncle Daryl is charismatic, enthusiastic. Well, I think that they'll both be. I think all three of them will be very excited to meet you. So.
And there's one more, right? Iskin?
Yes. Iskin doesn't live here, so I don't know. You'll have to meet Iskin at a different time.
Okay.
Iskin is, well, he's a little bit like Raine. He's very good at sneaking. And he and Raine like to play pranks on one another.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Like, if somebody was sleeping and you bounced rocks on them, like that kind of prank?
A little bit like that, yes. Or like when you're sleeping and somebody puts ink in your hand and then tickles your face and then you put ink all over your own face.
Oh,
She's taking notes, isn't she?
Yeah. She has this look of, like that kind of look like, that's a good idea look.
Yeah. And that wouldn't have worked underwater, so I did just definitely give her a new tool.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys arrive at Olivia's place. Never really.
Assuming that I sent some sort of like runner ahead to be like, your daughter is coming over to visit you. Here's her card. Like they would send the cards over and whatnot. Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, you arrive. You see like Shaddoc is, like taking some water and scrubbing the dirt from her cheeks.
I'll kind of like set her towards me and kind of like straighten up her hair a little bit and say, "You look wonderful."
Okay.
And it doesn't really matter what you look like. Everyone's going to very much love to meet you.
Okay.
Okay. And so I will go into my parents' home.
All right.
Hopefully my father's out busy doing other things or something somewhere.
Yeah, so you go inside and your mother's like, "Melanie, it's so good to see you. This is unexpected. I got your message and hello." And you see Shaddoc's like behind you, behind your legs.
Shaddoc, this is my mother. My mother's name is Olivia. And
comes out a little bit.
Mother, this is Shaddoc. My adopted daughter.
She just looks at you. Like, when did this happen? Look.
Recently. When we were, and at this point I'll like pick up, like, because I've got huge strength. So I kind of like pick up Shaddoc and like put her on my hip. And I let her kind of like hang out with me, even though she's kind of big for that. I'm strong enough that I figure it's okay.
Yeah.
You can still do that with like a 6 or 7-year-old.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more strain. So we were adventuring and we happened to run into Shaddoc. She was on our ship and we ended up saving her from some nonsense, and she came to stay with us permanently.
Oh. Wow. She kind of like bends down to Shaddoc's level. Hello, Shaddoc. Melanie. Yeah, she's right. My name is Olivia. She puts out a hand. It's very nice to meet you. And Shaddoc cautiously takes her hand. And she looks at you, Melanie, and she says in Elven.
Mm-hmm.
Can she understand?
No say.
She says, I wish you told me. I would have had some. She switches back to common. Come on. Sit down. I'll get you guys.
Daryl around?
Yeah, Daryl's upstairs. I'll go get him. I'm gonna get you guys something to drink and eat. You just sit tight. She, kind of like, motions you, guides you to the couch. I'll be right back. I'll go get Daryl. Um, Sam isn't home right now. Sam is
Understandable.
out with the boys, his friends, doing
I see.
things. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was like a party or a going away party of some sort. I'll be right back. And she scampers off. You hear a door upstairs like knock, being let in, and then there's some like talking, and there's some talking, and then all right, there's two sets of footsteps coming down the stairs, another set of footsteps going into the kitchen, and Daryl's there, and he has a harp. Not the big one, like the handheld harp.
Mhm.
And he's like, "Hello, I'm Daryl. It's nice to meet you." And Shaddoc's like, "What's that?" And Daryl says, "Oh, this is a harp. I was gonna, play some songs if you want me to."
Do-
Starts, looks at you.
Daryl,
Yes.
do you know Baby Shark?
He looks at me.
Because Shaddoc knows Baby Shark.
Shaddoc, like, eyes go immediately wide, whips out the recorder in record time,
Oh yeah.
and let's see how they do.
Oh my god. A harp and a recorder is an interesting combination.
Oh
Oh, who got the bad rolls today?
no! Both of them!
Oh no.
So Shaddoc rolled a 4.
Ooh.
Daryl rolled a 1.
Oh.
So Daryl does know the song, but they play it completely out of sync.
Mhm.
It is a cacophony of horribleness. You notice that your mother stays in the kitchen for a while.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And when the song finally ends, she comes out with a tray of cookies and some crackers and dip and some juice for Shaddoc and some lemonade hard seltzer thing for you guys. And Olivia goes, "Oh, that was wonderful!" Like, kind of like behind teeth. One eye's probably twitching. That was wonderful! Just sit, eat.
It varies a bit sometimes.
Oh, do I know? And, they start asking, questions to both you and Shaddoc, like how old Shaddoc is, and, like to Shaddoc, what's your favorite color? Like, do you have any toys at home? That kind of thing.
No, I don't have any toys. Please give me some.
And they answer any questions Shaddoc might have, and Daryl like,
Oh, which I'm assuming there are many.
yeah, there are a
Yeah.
lot of questions, and while sometimes in between, like Daryl will show Shaddoc how to like put her fingers on the right strings to do certain chords on the harp. And Olivia is getting out some wine at this point.
I will, after about like 20 to 30 minutes, I will say, Daryl, I don't suppose you would mind maybe showing Shaddoc where we would play when we were children, and Mother and I could have a bit of a heart-to-heart.
Oh, he's like, oh yeah, no problem whatsoever. And he's like, come on, Shaddoc, let me show you my room, and like I have more than this harp, and goes up, and your mother says, so She is, she's very enthusiastic.
She's very dear to me. I have a question for you, Mother.
Okay.
And it's been a very many years since I've asked.
Okay.
And because I never got a very good answer, I just kind of let it lie. It wasn't a big deal to me. However, some things have come up during my adventurings, and I sort of need to know now.
Mm-hmm.
Who is my father? Is she drinking directly from the bottle now?
She is she's grabbing the bottle and she's pouring more into the glass. And she puts the bottle down. She takes a couple sips and then she pours more into the glass.
I might not have been just a rego elf. So, I know that there's something going on, and I would just like a little bit more information because people are starting to have magical things that are happening around me, and I have this soul that talks to me, and there's just a lot of stuff going on in the world, and I have to maybe fight some gods, and I just feel like I kind of need all of the information I can get, so.
She puts out her glass and she just puts her her fingers to her temples. Well, all right. So I don't know what he has to do with gods.
Don't worry about that part. Just tell me what you know, and that'll suffice.
Okay. So from my understanding, your all right. So your father's name was, let me get it here. Your father's name was Adamar Fahor. So I'm gonna put that in the chat.
4 whores.
Fahor.
Okay.
Fajor, Fahor. I use H.
I think it's Fahor.
Yeah. He... From what I understood, he was... Well, he's not directly... He's related to the Vipund family by marriage.
See?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually weirder than what I had thought. I would like more details, please. Please continue to give me more information other than the weird information you've given me so far.
Like, what are you trying to, like, what exactly?
Okay, his race?
Yeah.
What is it?
He's an elf.
What kind of elf? There's like 17 different types of elf. My friend has descendants from Shaddoc. I mean, just what kind of elf?
Well, he was a wood elf.
How wood elfy do I look, DM? I don't know what wood elves tend to look like in this world.
So wood elves tend to look.
Am I considering like a less hardcore version of like the Tess wood elves? They're like darker skinned, aren't they?
Yeah,
Usually?
they're
Typically, yeah.
Yeah, typically they are a little more tan, a little more like melon in their skin color. Technically, they tend to have. Sometimes they have like a copperish hue. Sometimes with a little trace of green. Hair tends to be brown or black. It's that kind of color palette. So their eyes can be like green, brown, hazelish.
So not my color palette then.
No, not your color palette. You probably got your color palette from your mother's side of the family.
Oh yeah, that would be fair. Okay,
Which
so
is still
he's...
interesting because, those tend to be very recessive. So.
Yeah. So, okay. He is a wood elf.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, if he's related to the Vapuns by marriage. He's married to who?
So he's married. He married a girl named Mary. Don't. Anyways, girl named Mary. She's like a second cousin to the Vapuns, technically. I met him while he was still married. Takes a sip of wine. Yeah.
I don't need like the physical details, but what does he? Is he still around? Is he still alive?
I think so. I mean, elves tend to live for a very long time. As far as last I heard, he's still alive. I haven't really spoken to him in a very long time.
Okay, that's fair. So, let's see here. What elf? Probably. Haven't spoken to him in a long time. Anything else that stands out? Did he know magic or anything like that? Did he chant some weird shit sometimes? Did he, I don't know, turn into an animal? Talk to inanimate objects? Any sort of noticeable, weird, magical things?
Well, weird magical things.
Or just anything notable is fine too. Oh.
I don't think so. I mean, he was a soldier of some sort. He I don't even know if he's even still in the country. To be fair.
Does he know I exist? Not judging, just kind of trying to suss out what's happening.
She takes a drop directly from the bottle. No.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Not a big deal. All right. So, soldier of some type. Do you know what he was a soldier for?
Yeah, actually. So I know after we happened, I know that the family, their family wasn't really happy about the whole thing.
Oh, so his family knew.
Yeah.
Oh.
His Mary found out.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Not the smartest. So
Yeah.
it was not just a one-time thing then.
Takes another sip from the bottle. No.
Okay.
No.
That's fine. Again, not judging.
Last I heard, he went back to his station back in Gen.
Where's Gen?
Gen's in Dighton. It's a capital city.
Oh. Gen.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay.
I think that's where he was originally from.
Okay.
He wasn't born in the Elven lands. He was born over there in Gen. Yeah, I think he was I think last I heard he was a lieutenant. In the guards in the guards for Gen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you telling me. I wouldn't normally have pried, but somebody was alluding to the fact that it might matter, and you know how that is. So, I had to sort of, find out.
I don't really recall anything too weird about him.
are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just remembering one incident.
Mm-hmm.
So it was so there was one time I remember I so being I was being cheeky and I had snuck up on him one time. And I startled him. And I remember when I grabbed his shoulder, I felt I startled him. My hand started to hurt. And she shows you her right palm, and there is where just underneath the middle finger, there is a cut that goes. It's only about maybe 2 inches vertically, and it just
Mm-hmm.
crosses like the top, like that palm line. And it's faded a bit. I remember touching him. I felt like my hand immediately hurt, and his skin had cut my hand. He had a bare shoulder. Um, and I thought my eyes were playing tricks with me because for like the just the a fleeting moment, like I saw the skin on his shoulder like sharpen, like there was something there that cut my hand, and then it just went away. So I thought that was I was just seeing things, but then I had the cut on my hand, and that's the that's the only weird thing I remember. I
Interesting.
I thought I I had no idea. That's the only weird thing I can recall.
Well, that's very weird. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to know, so thank you. Well, I don't suppose you could show some sort of like, I mean, like, how. If I needed to talk to him to find out anything about him, which I don't want to do for like social reasons, again, really just that whole uh, sort of maybe needing to make sure that, the world doesn't get devoured, literally devoured, eaten by a giant weird thing. Uh, what would I be able to say to him or show to him that would prove my parentage? Is there something, a trinket of his that you may have kept, or something like that?
Give me a minute. She's gonna go upstairs. She takes the bottle with her. Um, takes the bottle with her, comes back. Comes back with an embroidered handkerchief, and
Okay.
she gives it to you. This was his.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure if you show it to him, he'll remember. And
I appreciate this. I very much do.
If it can help you, then I'm happy to help you.
Thank you.
Be right back. My cat wants food. Attacking my ankles.
Bite those ankles. The food dispensers.
I just looked. I can scry. Haha. Forgot I could do that. It's just, I have to swap it out with another spell. But
Yeah.
we have the handkerchief. I can
Yeah,
scry on him.
I was just thinking that. I was like, alrighty, some scrying material.
Which will give him a -4 to the save.
But then he gets a positive because you don't know anything about him, right?
Yeah, I've heard of the target, so yeah, I haven't met him. But yeah, we'll just have to see how that works out. But at the
I mean, I guess it's only at that
back.
point he has a +1 to his save total.
yeah, it depends on what his wisdom is like, though.
Well, yeah, obviously
We're just
outside of wisdom.
discussing scrying potentials.
Hey, well, I should probably go check on Daryl and Shaddoc.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you two like to stay for dinner?
Oh, sure. I would think most of the house is in Malot. I think I said that right.
Yes.
I don't know. They teleported there
Okay.
this afternoon, so it's Tilda and Tilda's packages.
Packages?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll stay for dinner.
Of course. Thank you. Yeah, just see how they're doing. I'll go get dinner ready.
Okay.
Okay.
I find them playing instruments, or has she somehow like overpowered him in a game of Skull Lord?
All right. So this is a scene you see when you get up there. So you get up there. You knock once. Open the door. You don't know how this happened. So you see Shaddoc.
Mm-hmm.
She's on the floor. You see Daryl's harp. Harp is on the ground. You see that Shaddoc has Daryl. She has body pressed him above her head, and just as you're opening the door, she throws him onto the bed.
Oh.
Looks like they were just goofing around. But you open the door, she, body presses him above her head, tosses him onto the bed, and when you come in, she's like, "Oh, hi, Mom!"
Oh. Did you just lift your uncle above your head and throw him?
Yeah!
Oh my god.
And
That's
Daryl's like
I will high five my child.
Okay. Daryl went onto the bed and then rolled onto the floor. And you see Daryl's hand on the other side of the bed saying, "I'm okay!" I think I just hit my nose. Ow! Ow, that hurts.
Do you need ice?
No, I'm alright. I think it was it's just bruised a little bit. When she said she was strong, I said prove it. I think that was the wrong thing to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? We definitely should never tell your uncle until after you arm wrestle him for money. So when you meet Uncle Samuel, just don't mention how strong we are, and then we can arm wrestle him. You can arm wrestle him, and we can just watch him, and it'll be hilarious. Totally with it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, are you okay? And I'll kind of look at his nose.
Yeah, it's a little red, but he's okay. Then there's a splinter in it because when he hit the floor, he probably hit the corner of a floorboard, but he's okay.
That's a bit rough. Sorry about that.
Yeah, he says lesson learned. I won't ever say prove it again when it comes to feats of strength.
Yeah, it ends in that way, basically. Yes.
Okay. So what's going on?
Oh, nothing. I was just done interrogating our mother. So,
Oh, okay.
to see if everything was okay.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
And I will join into some random nonsense, and then have dinner with my family.
Okay. You guys have it is steamed halibut with garlic, ginger, a light broth with lemon. Shaddoc is ecstatic to have fish. Your mother is looking at you like kind of looking at you like, did I cook the right thing? Oh, good, I cooked the right thing. Like, kind of like I didn't want to assume that just because she's a triton she'd like fish. That kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, so back in Milat. 1 second.
Anybody want to take any bets on what Melanie's dad is?
This is weird betting, guys. When I gave the DM my backstory, I assumed that she'd be like, "Oh yeah, hand wave some rando bard that your mom got it on with." I never knew that I handed her just a sword.
Yeah, I mean, I also didn't know anything, and look at all of the wonderful ties
Oh my
she
gosh.
made
You know what we
for my
did is
backstory.
we gave her a blank check. Fools.
Oh, I love giving DMs blank checks. I love getting them too. I cash them in.
All right.
Isn't
So
that right, KK?
Yes, my devil worshipping brother.
Yes.
all right. So you guys are you're looking for Kazoo guy.
Yes, Keith.
Okay. So give me a perception check.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So in the distance, you hear.
Is that what you were doing? You were getting a kazoo? Oh
I
my
am
god.
beelining it for that dude.
Hey, Kay, you know what the best thing about this kazoo is?
What's the best thing about the kazoo?
Is the edge? It's an Edge and Christian kazoo.
Of course it is.
I got it from a
What?
wrestle crate.
Oh.
It sounds like it's a wrestling thing.
Oh my goodness.
She
Edge and Christian
specifically
are
addressed Kay.
they're two middle-aged dudes who now like make a living off of just being memes. They exist as memes now, and they're multi-millionaires. So
You can't fucking
If
blame
it
him for that.
works.
Yeah, I mean, might as well monetize yourself.
exactly.
Okay, so yes, you see Keith. You assume it's Keith because he is a half orc. He is playing the kazoo. There are a variety of birds around him, and not the song typey birds, like the squawky birds, like your typical blue jay and
Perfect.
crow, and they're kind of like especially like the crow. They're kind of like mimicking the kazoo sound with him. So this is just this cacophony of like the coffin dance being played.
Perfect.
After the performance ends, like the birds start like he starts feeding them like bird seed and whatnot. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Can I help you, miss?
Yes, I am interested in purchasing some kazoos from you.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a few I've made. He goes in his bag, and they're wooden.
Yeah, nothing fancy.
Yeah, nothing fancy. They're not paint. I mean, they're like they have like the wood finish, but other than that, they're just pretty standard. Yeah, I sell these for for 3 copper per.
Mm-hmm.
So not many people buy them, but
Can I get 3?
yeah, of course. Gives you. I have 5, so here he hands you 3.
Give me all 5.
Okay, he gives you all 5.
I give him a gold piece.
All right. Oh, thank you, Miss.
You can call me Aoife. Now, the birds seem to like you. Do you know a lot about birds?
I know. I mean, I know a little bit. Most of these guys are, and he points to a couple of them. A couple of them are missing. Like a couple, like one is missing like a claw, like not the whole claw, but like a toe. One has like a cracked beak that looks like it's been like sealed. So yeah, I help I guess rehabilitate and heal birds. Why do you ask?
How much do you know about rocks?
Oh, rocks are. You mean the bird?
The big bird.
Big bird. Okay. Not too much actually. I don't really have much interaction with them. I usually tend to the smaller guys. They are a little more
Makes sense.
easier to handle.
Understandable. Do you have any kazoos or any tips for playing kazoo to maybe ward off birds, or make them think that you're prey? Do you have a kazoo that sounds like a squawking smaller bird, or a rabbit, or something that a bird would like to hunt?
So, are you trying to look more delicious to a rock?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Or can we just bet on like if I'm loud enough with one of these kazoos, that should do it. Should do the trick.
I mean, if you can look like a cow, that usually works.
I mean, I think I have a bathing suit that would work for that. Yeah.
Okay. Like they like something big enough to eat, probably like maybe moose. Yeah, moose, elk, cow, bison, anything like.
Can you point me to anybody around here then that does like head accessories? Does anyone have an antler crown that I can get?
I'm sure you can ask one of the druids. They must like. You think they're you can buy them from a store or something.
Do you have a favorite druid that I can talk to?
You should probably talk to. You should probably talk to Who is that? Who's that? That druid. The one that was there with the antlers. You should probably talk to Ursula. She has a lot of like a fur pellets, and like the antlers really like if you're like, whoa, now this is what a druid looks like. She would be, this is what a druid looks like.
Like the archetypical the druid.
Yes. Please don't tell her I said that. She will turn me into like a snake or
Your opinion dies with me, don't worry.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Enjoy that gold piece. I'm going to enjoy these kazoos.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go give him a little salute.
Okay.
And I'm going to go find Ursula.
Okay. The rest of you, I know Zaitari went to the library to learn about rocks. And Raine, what are you doing?
I wanted to get an ocarina.
Oh, right, the ocarina. Ronny, if I recall correctly. And what were you doing, Raine?
I'm also gonna go. I am going to go to the library.
All right, Raine's going to the library to look information about rocks. Roll me an investigation check, please, Raine.
How many books on geology do they accidentally find?
There's a lot. I mean, there's so much you can learn about dirt.
Let's spend a
It
luck.
really is.
See if we do better. Investigation. 21.
All right, double 21s. There's a couple passages about rocks in this in the books that you find. Let's see. Give me a second while the DM finds the ecology of rocks. So, as you know, rocks are birds of immense size. They usually are known to snatch up horses, sometimes with their riders, elephants. Some of the real big ones get whales. They would seize the prey with their talons, and if, the prey, say, fought back, well, it's time to be strikey with the beak. Usually, rocks use literal trees and branches and the like to make their nest. Eggs of rocks, of your typical rock, are usually very large, green, and spotted. Sometimes, most rocks are solitary, but sometimes they're found in mated pairs. Sometimes rocks are also are used tamed by giants. And rock feathers are very commonly used in Qual's feather tokens and brooms of flying. Was there anything specific?
Is there anything they are weak to, especially in the sense of, like, here's what Ryan's thinking, I'll say. Is something to put them to sleep, to lessen their senses, that sort of thing.
Not vulnerabilities per se, but they are pretty, like, they're not, magic affects them like any other normal being. So, and rocks tend to be, they're not the smartest creatures in the world. It's just their massive size and strength that makes them a threat.
Okay, so, like, no major weaknesses, but again, nothing like, oh, you can't hurt them or they can't be affected by certain things. Okay.
You just have to be aware that you do not run into the dreaded rock lobster.
Look at the meat on those claws.
I'm so sorry. I googled rock and that's the first picture that came up.
These claws ain't for just attracting mates.
I mean, I could have gone with the other obvious joke, and you shouldn't go against the rock.
Yeah, drain the ROC Rock Johnson.
Yes. All right. So Ocarina, you do spot Hani. It's pretty easy. It's very easy to find. Find the young woman with the white tiger pet. There's not many of those around here.
Yep.
She is currently, by. Welcome back, Kate. She is currently by a small campfire with a large cast iron skillet on it, and she looks like she is pan roasting some sliced carrots with some rosemary. There is a sleeping white tiger next to her, and it's just kind of snoring, and they're acting like each other's, chairs. One is leaning on the other, but it seems like Hani is using the tiger's size to her advantage.
And her name's Holly?
Hani.
Hani.
Yeah,
okay.
let me just...
My remembering ability is not good right now. I'm getting tired.
That's okay.
So, hello, honey.
Oh,
My name is
hi.
Zaitari.
Oh,
Um,
nice to meet you.
Eagle Eye pointed me into your direction.
Mm.
I wanted to inquire about your ocarinas.
Oh, yeah. She, her bag's kind of like strewn open, so she reaches and pulls it out. Yeah. I play the ocarina from time to time. Passes the time.
Would you happen to have any other ones?
Yeah, I have one more. Usually I get a couple carved. Why?
Well, I have somebody who's currently playing a wind instrument, and I thought an ocarina would be a step up from what they're currently playing.
Oh,
Something different,
oh,
to kind of transition between basically a recorder to this and potentially other instruments.
oh, that sounds wonderful. So I assume you want to purchase one.
Yes.
No.
I would like to purchase one.
I'll take one for. I'll trade you for 4 silver, I guess.
Sure. And since you're being so nice about it, how about a gold piece?
Oh, thank you. Shakes a gold piece. When she shifts a little, the tiger's head kind of just look like tiger's eyes just look open slowly, kind of glances at you and just goes back to sleep.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, have a nice night.
You as well.
So, Raine, just so you are sure about, the scale of, a rock, potentially what you might be going up against, this is a full-grown one. Yep. So, yeah.
Thought I'd go this way, but it's not the worst.
It could be a lot worse. It could be a rock that's on fire. A rock that shoots lightning from its mouth, perhaps.
It could be an elemental rock.
It could be an elemental rock. There are many ways where this could go terribly. But yeah. Anybody else want to do anything?
I'm gonna go buy some antlers from Ursula.
Okay. So it doesn't take you long to find there are many more rangers here than druids, so Ursula is not difficult to find. She is currently, 1 second. So
I'm going to specifically be inquiring about some kind of antler pelt combo
okay.
that I can wear over my head.
Alright. You see her currently with what can only be described as a giant porcupine.
Sweet.
Yep. Currently feeding it a pumpkin. It's making those porcupine noises. Yes. She's feeding it a whole pumpkin. It's not a piece of the pumpkin, and it's only the size of probably a golden retriever. Giant porcupine is probably golden retriever, maybe a little bigger. And she sees you approach. She waves as she's feeding another, this time a smaller squash to the porcupine. Oh, hi there. Can I help you?
Yeah, a little birdie told me that you're the person to talk to for things like pelts and antlers and...
Oh, what are you looking for exactly? I have a couple spare pelts.
Something that's moose or elk, with the antlers attached that I can, wear on my head and then have, a little cape behind me so that, theoretically, from above, I would just look like a small moose or elk. or deer or something like that?
I mean, I have a couple pelts of elk that I haven't really treated yet. I mean, and we can just, we can use one of the antlers for some from some of the that have fallen off, and we can just probably use some adhesive to put it on, and that probably should be fine enough if you're just flying overhead, I guess.
It's gonna have to be able to withstand, movement. I do intend on exercising while I wear it, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I guess that would work. Just give me a second. She gives one more squash to the porcupine. Let's see. Goes into her tent.
I just look down at the porcupine. I'm like, sup?
Porcupine's like, yum. No.
How's that dinner?
Doesn't pay you any mind. Just like,
yeah, I'm just gonna make small talk with the porcupine.
Focuses on food. Pretty much like teddy bear. But yeah, she comes out and she brings out a this elk pellet. Yeah, I think this should work for you. It's not too heavy for you, is it? And she just hands it over.
Nah, it should be okay. I'm gonna try it on real quick.
Okay.
Tie a little string under my chin to keep the hood up.
Okay. Yeah, it's huge. Like, you know how big elk can be.
Yeah.
And she
I've got a pretty good. I've got a 200 plus carrying capacity, so.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Just the pellets should be fine. She brings out like an elk head as well with the antlers still attached. I think this has been treated because it has to be for it to be in this state. I'm sure you can put this on your head and then you wear the pellets, a cape of some sort, if that's what you're going for.
Let's try this on and I'll assemble it. And I'm gonna put on my goggles to make sure that the head can fit over the goggles.
Okay. Yeah, that they fit pretty good. This thing was much bigger than you, so there's no trouble. Okay. Hold on. Pelt. You need pelt prices. Let's go with a I guess the closest thing would be a musk ox, because apparently they don't have, like, just deer on this goddamn list. I mean, I can let the set go for, like, 5 gold, if that's okay.
I mean, hey, take this. You're a master craftsman. I'm gonna give her 10.
Oh, thank you.
Instead.
Okay.
Yeah, this is great. Look at me.
You look very elk-like.
Do I look like prey? Like, can you get above me? Do I look like prey from above?
Let me see. She is going to, walk a short set of stairs up, one of the trees. Yeah,
and I'll get into, like, the position I'd be in if I was running.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if I was, like, up, how high would the predator be?
I'm guessing pretty high. It's, like, big predator.
Big predator.
Like dragon-sized
Dragon
predator.
size. Yeah, if I was that high, yeah, definitely would think you were prey.
Awesome. That's all I needed to hear.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. She is like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna take everything off and, like, bundle it up under my arm and give her another little salute, and I'm gonna go find Raine and Zaitari.
Okay, you find Raine and Zaitari. You find Zaitari. She had just recently made a purchase. Yeah. And you both know Raine's in the library.
After buying my ocarina, I would have joined Raine in the library
to
help her out.
Yeah, and I know they're gonna be there, so I'll go that way.
Are we, where are we cutting for the night?
We're gonna cut pretty much right now. You guys are probably gonna like meet up. Zaitari, Raine, and Aoife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta take
I'm gonna duck out just a moment faster so I can say goodnight to Kelly. I'll talk to you guys next week.
All right.
Alright,
Good
have a
night.
good night.
See you later.
Good night. Yeah, but yeah, you meet up. Aoife shows you the cool pelts if you want, or you could save that until like later.
It's a part of my pitch for the plan, so
Okay.
Okay, we'll save that for next time.
yeah.
Alright,
But
sounds
it's
good.
mainly I run real fast. I be bait because
Alright.
even if I'm step of the winding, and the rock has an 80-foot fly speed, I'll be 5 feet faster.
Nice.
Wow.
All right. Well, it sounds
Fuck
like you
monks,
guys are
man.
doing research and you
I
really
know.
have a plan.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright.
I
Uh,
happen
you
to know
guys have a
Critical
good
Role
night.
has run into 2 rocks, and I remember how fast they were.
They're very
Yeah.
fast.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But
Yeah, and
so are
fucking-
monks. So
Yeah, and the rock came at us in Curse of Strahd. They were very fast.
Oh yeah,
They're
that was just
so
3
fast.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
I need to look up the specifics. This is a question for you, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
With my unarmored movement, as long as I'm moving, I can run across vertical surfaces and across liquids.
Yeah.
Theoretically, would I be able to just like if I get on top of the rock, just run around its like waistband a bunch without falling off? If I just keep running?
I don't know
Well,
because it doesn't like it's not going to be standing still. I assume it's going to be.
No, but I
Flying.
can keep up with it. I can run as fast as a rock flies.
That is possible?
Do some
Yeah,
like
it's
Shadow of the
really-
Colossus type stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I would
Worst
think
case scenario,
so,
I'd have.
based off of how monks are able to, function with their movement.
Defy
The
physics.
only problem is you have to keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
the
like we
whole
don't want to
time.
harm it, so it would just be a matter of me. staying
Yeah.
on it. Like that's worst case scenario. I do not want to be on a rock.
Yeah.
That's a bad place to be.
Yeah. It's very much a bad place to be.
But like worst
Um,
case scenario.
Yeah. I wonder if I could make you something that would be faster than your current movement. I'd have to look into it. What my
If
polymorph
you
options are.
polymorph me, I won't be able to do my step of the wind or anything like that.
No, I know, but you'd still be able to dash, and I wonder if there's something that can be faster than a rock.
I don't think so. Because I think the fastest is like a giant eagle, but I think they have equivalent flight speeds.
Longstrider could make you a little faster, as we know on Darrett.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the only one I can think of is nope. Nope, Moorbounders are the fastest like land ones, but because if
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
using Step of the Wind, I can move 165 feet, which would beat the rock's dash.
Yeah, but you'd only be able to keep that up for a little bit.
For 14 rounds, and then I have the Cape of the Mount Bonk, which I could then, teleport 500 feet and then hide.
True.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'll see you guys next week. 17th.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Have a good night.